He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show.
Ladder's retired. Yeah, actually, I have the actual ladder used at Arco at the house. Whoa, wow. There was a bit of a thing there with your headphones. Your headphones, or those are using station issue?
These are mine.
They are?
Yeah.
Oh, there's like the same we have here. Did you do that purposely?
Yeah. I bought these, I don't know, 8 years ago.
Wow. Relationship with a host's headphones and himself is always a thing.
It's a treasured thing.
Gotta have it.
Yeah.
I wish they had better. One thing that I wish they would do here, and I'm told that they can't because of things, is it'd be cool to have Bluetooth headphones. Like I'd love to be able to wear AirPods instead of big old clanky headphones.
I like this. They snuggle my ears. Keep me closer to the audience.
I don't like my ear being covered for,
really?
Housed.
I've done both, not on the show, but if you're on a plane, you get earbuds. Or things. Actually, now I'm back to, I like the bigger.
They're more comfortable,
soundproof, like Bose or whatever. If you can just get those on, get some music, distractions are gone.
Bose in this economy, jeez.
Oh, in this economy, that's why you bought them.
Oh, you bought them
7 years ago.
Yeah. The cool thing about
I'm gonna try to buy eggs.
No, wow. Yeah, good luck with that. Yeah, putting the AirPods in. It's cool if you want to like lie on your side or something. It's tough to do.
All right.
Tough to do with big old clanker headphones, but
you're out on the plane.
Yeah, if I'm trying to sleep. Although sometimes if I'm wearing big headphones on a plane, I can like position the headphone against the wall to make it kind of it's tough to sleep.
So you're a window.
I'm a window.
Okay.
I'm a window. I'm a wall.
I'm the middle seat.
Are you?
No. Window or actually, it's no real preference. Probably, if I'm going to be awake for sure. Which I say, if I try to sleep on a plane, it's minutes at a time.
Yes. Same.
Oh, did I sleep forever? No, it was 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Probably the window is what I prefer if I'm going to be awake.
If I'm doing if I'm doing Southwest or something, I will.
Nice.
I try to do aisle for the leg. If I can't get the first class Southwest seat with the no seat in front of you.
Yeah. I wonder if that's going to be, how Southwest is going to assign seats soon. I wonder if that's going to be that's got to be.
This seems like a cash grab.
Yeah, that'll be
a higher price seat, right?
It will be. Yeah. So they sent out a couple weeks ago. They sent out the plans.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they're going to be different levels.
You got a letter?
Cash grab.
Whatever. It's an email. Here's what's coming.
Okay.
And some of them, like you pay more, and that includes before it used to be your 2 bags free. Now that will include. If I'm on a long haul or something, like if I'm going to, it's a window seat for sure.
Have you ever been on? I mean, Southwest has been around forever, where they had the bulkhead and then you were facing the the other way.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Years ago.
I remember that.
I don't remember that at all. You're facing backwards?
Yeah, there'd be a section for whatever reason where
It'd be like in the back.
yeah, in the back where there'd be a little bit of a divider, just almost like a divider between first class on
Really?
a little bit something similar to that. And then yeah, the back row would be facing the normal way, but the second to last would be facing the back
Oh,
row.
wow.
So it'd be like if we were the three of us were traveling together, maybe we'd have that, then we could talk to each other at least that way.
When you say a while ago, give me an approximate time, like year.
I was a kid.
So would this?
I went to
Let me ask
Disneyland.
you this:
I still think they had it around 2000.
Would this
90s.
this would have fallen between?
That's when I was a kid, Jason.
In 2000.
Yeah,
How old were you in 2000?
15.
Kid?
Kid.
Ish.
I mean, come on.
You were a grown teenager.
Wait, you were 15 in 2000?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, doing some math here. Wait a minute. Wait a second. Hold. Really? Is that coming up?
So I'm thinking now.
Uh huh.
I turned 16 in 2000.
Oh, so you got another year.
No.
It was
Wait.
the MacGruber show was it?
That's what that was. How did I not know that? You didn't mention it, or did you? And I just didn't pay attention. I didn't know that was your big one. I just thought it was hello. I just thought that was your birthday. Oh, that's
It's
pretty.
not my birthday.
It's not my birthday.
So that would have fallen between 97 and 2012 when you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because I didn't fly that explained.
Yeah.
Now
But it
I'm
probably would have been
I would say
pre-97.
closer to 92 to
92.
2000.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't remember that at all. Interesting. Yeah. The middle seats are weird. Like if you're on a long haul and they have like the seats along the one side of the windows and then the other side, and then sometimes they'll have middle row
Yeah.
with two seats or sometimes
Oh,
three
yeah.
seats per. Those are imagine being in the middle seat in the middle three
Man.
for
Is that 333 or 233?
it's well, it depends on the cabin. So it's usually 121 or 131. Or it could be 222, 232, just depending on how wide it is.
How wide the hips are.
Yeah, exactly. And there's some too. I mean, it's expensive to fly too, man. It really is. I mean, it's a time machine. It's great. Saves a lot of time.
Yeah, I don't like how most people aren't trying to go last minute, but if something were to happen in an emergency or you need to fly within the week,
Yeah.
I mean, you're just paying
A ton.
I mean, well, book earlier. Well, what if it was something you just could not plan for?
Well, this is something it's funny you say that. Came out with it last night. I was going to fly my sister up to surprise my mom for Mother's Day this Sunday. She's about to go to the halfway house, I think today or tomorrow, but she's been back in the hospital. And so we couldn't plan it because my sister couldn't come. She had some work stuff on Monday, but then she just cleared it. And so I went to kind of surprised my sister too, and just send her a ticket. And I went on Southwest, and which is still the cheapest pretty much. And normally a round trip flight from LA to Sac, you're paying right around $200 round trip. $568 was the cheapest that didn't have you go. There's a couple where like you can go to San Antonio from LA and then and it's like
super convenient.
Yeah, like a 9-hour, come on. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Man. So
Cash grab.
Total flipping cash grab. I got to make a doctor's appointment today.
For the back?
No, actually the back is getting I feel like I'm coming out of it.
The back is back.
The back is back, and I have a Mother's Day golf. My wife wanted to play golf for Mother's Day, so I'm hoping to be ready for that. But no, I've mentioned this before. It's really annoying me now. I've got that vibration in my thigh, like the cell phone vibration in my left thigh, the outer thigh. And I've already gone to the doc for it, and they did the ultrasound like I was pregnant. Rubbed the goo on me and then did the rolly ball and just to make sure it wasn't some sort of vein thing. They're like, no, it's just whatever. I don't even know if they really explained to me what it was. They're like, but you're fine, and it doesn't hurt at all. There's zero pain associated with it. Just imagine like once every day or two for a few hours you just have these random vibrations in your thigh. Like it's exactly like a phone is in your pocket and it's ringing. To the point where the most annoying part is
you've answered it.
If I'm not thinking, if I forget that I have it, and then or when it starts up, I'll put I'm looking for my phone, and then it takes me 2 seconds to realize it's just my thigh. And then with all this, I don't know how deep vein thrombosis feels. Never had it.
Thigh-fi.
God damn it, Jason.
Well, I'm looking at the
Don't.
symptoms, and it can be anything from a major neurological disease to just merely anxiety or stress.
Okay, well,
you like that answer?
I mean,
better.
I can't think of what you would be stressed about right now.
My stress level. Yeah, it's fine. I'm in a better place right now, but I think because like I said, we're all getting out of here this summer at various points. Yeah, my stress level's a little better this week.
Good.
One of the things about this stupid Apple Watch that I don't like is that I can change it, but I won't. Is it has like my pulse rate on there that I can just look down and see.
It appears you've been running for 12 miles. Good job.
And so you could just Kings Dallas is the one I remember. So my normal resting heart rate is high 60s to low 80s.
Okay.
And
or between 68 and 70.
Say that again.
Nothing.
Okay. And I remember at some point during the Kings Dallas playing game, I looked down and I wasn't even jumping around. They were sucking. And I was yelling something, and then I looked down, and it's all 136. I'm like, dude, you guys.
Oh, that was the score for the Mavs.
You gotta get off of this sports crap. It's too much.
Sports balls.
We were supposed to have a big meeting yesterday, and it didn't happen. Our big wasn't that yesterday, the big station meeting or something?
Apparently, supposed to be.
And then the funny thing is, I noticed. Here's the thing: I got to break it to our boss today. Hopefully, he's okay. Yeah, that's what I said.
I hope you're going to say what I think you're going to say.
What am I going to say?
I don't know. Just say it.
It's rescheduled for the 14th.
Oh,
I can't do that.
Okay.
So, what did you think I was going to say?
I didn't know if we had a show meeting today, just a show.
Oh, do we have a show meeting today?
I either need to cut it really short or, anyway.
What you got going?
Unfortunately, my wife, that's why I was talking about flights, has to go out of town for a funeral.
Oh.
And, so I got to go I got to take care of the J-Man.
Yeah, you do.
And so it's going to be kind of either a truncated.
Yeah.
And then he and I are going to the baseball game.
Hey, the day game.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Does
we're gonna go streaking.
Is J-Man a snacker at games?
Booger.
Yeah, I think he wants. Wait, Chris, what is he gonna order off the menu?
Booger.
Burger.
All of them.
All of the burgers.
So anyway, I have to hurry-ish home.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Well, today I believe, if I remember correctly, today was supposed to be summer topics.
Yeah, I mean, I got a few ideas, but if we push it 1 week, or if
that's fine. Well, the problem is next Wednesday we're supposed to combo both.
Oh yeah, and you're out for that
I
one.
can't. Yeah, okay. I actually got to leave. I got I have an engagement at the Sutter Club with a friend. I'm actually helping a friend. They're interviewing him, and so I'm emceeing the interview. I'm not doing anything important on my end.
But you're on the stage.
Somebody else is important, and I got to wear a suit and go there and
you're wearing a suit.
MC. I know I'm gonna be wearing a suit in here.
I'll dress up too.
And then
Chris, you should wear a suit on. Is it Wednesday?
It's Wednesday. Next Wednesday, a week from today.
That'd be funny if we just all.
That would
suits.
just. Oh, you know what? I shouldn't have said it. We should do that one of these days. Just all come in suits and not even don't even respond to the text line or anyone else.
I won't.
Just like it's normal
for a week.
You're getting a little too far.
Top hat.
If I had a top hat, I would 100% do that.
Are those ever coming back?
No.
I think they should.
Yeah. Fedora?
Fedora over top hat.
Yeah.
I think fedoras are dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't pull it off, but I think that's a good look.
Could you pull off a fedora or a cowboy hat?
I can pull off. I mean, I know it sounds funny, but I've worn cowboy hats before. I can pull off a cowboy hat. We have a picture. I know we have a picture in our house on the wall. It's one of those jivey. You go to Old Sac and you take the 1800s photo. Right. I should bring it in. And I think Mason and Avery are like 7 and 6. Yeah. Mason's holding the shotgun. It's a great photo. I think anybody who's been here long enough has done that. And so we have it. And I'm telling you, man, I look like I got the hat on. I'm holding a shotgun. I don't know why we're all holding
trouble.
You know what? Wanted? I am. No, I'm defending my property from the outlaws.
Yes.
Yeah. And old Sure Shot Red Ryder BB guns got it. And then the ladies, I don't know.
Not on my watch.
They're all in bonnets or whatever they have them in. They're like, no, the villains. And then the great thing is back then, right? You gotta get supper ready.
Yeah.
And weirdly enough, I wonder this is something we can talk about this summer, but back in those days when you killed someone, like they were coming on your property, they'd always have these black X's over their eyes when they died. And that doesn't happen anymore.
Do you know this?
I've seen it.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, you're just lame.
We'll take a break. We got a show. It's I forgot to tell you guys, Sam has to move to Friday. He texted me yesterday. I'm telling you a day in advance.
I'm shamelessly pumping the poll here
because he's traveling. Tweet. He's traveling. Yeah.
Many steps.
He texted yesterday. TJ McFarland of the Oakland A's, formerly now Athletics, is going to join us today at 9 a.m. for our weekly visit with an Athletic. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, and this is going to be a fun interview, by the way. I can smell it. Yeah. And it smells like fun. Yeah. Exactly. We got a lot of stuff going on with the coaching search. Some yes, some hold on. Yeah. So we'll clear you up on that. And watching ex-Kings excel in the playoffs starting to become a thing. We'll get to all that and leading off next.
The Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter right to your email. Get your latest on the Sacramento Kings, Athletics, and Republic FC with the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit sacktownsports.com to join.
Get ready for Camping World's Red, White, and New trade event, May 15th through the 18th. Get the highest value for your RV guaranteed during the biggest RV trade event of the year. Shop the best RV deals in America with new RVs starting as low as $92 a month. Get ready for the holiday weekend with up to 45% off grills and 25% off product installation. Plus, we'll have free hats, free propane refills, free food, and fun for the whole family. Don't miss the incredible Red, White, and New trade event, May 15th through the 18th at your local Camping World.
See for full details and disclaimers. Welcome to Staples.
Hi, I hear Staples prints it all.
Oh, you bet. Posters, banners.
Can you print it all for Father's Day?
Oh, of course. Photo gifts like canvas prints, photo puzzles.
Can you print it all for graduation?
Sure can. Custom cards and invites.
Can you print a huge banner with the grad's picture?
Oh, definitely.
Even an embarrassing baby picture?
Oh, those are the best kind.
I know, right?
Print it all for dads and grads at Staples. And right now, get 40% off custom cards, invites, and photo gifts. N75 exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
4 seconds to go. Haliburton for 3. 3-ball up top. Indiana by 1. 1 and 1/10 seconds to go. Inbound. Merrill didn't get it off. And this rivals the Milwaukee finish.
You have got to be kidding me.
So we might as well get to it. Look, the whole retrospective now that's going on, the Kings lost the trade. I think it's a lazy take. It's a lazy take that they lost the Sabonis Haliburton trade. And here's why. And I'm not saying, this isn't me saying it's a wrong or a right take, but there are other factors into that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just a 1-for-1. It's what the Kings have done post-trade or not done, and what the Pacers have done post-trade. For example, what would the world be like if, and by the way, I don't know, but what would the world be like had the Kings signed Pascal Siakam?
Yeah, they were trying for him, and the Pacers got him.
And the Pacers got him.
Yeah.
What would that world be like? And would we be sitting here saying, oh, well, But the bottom line is this. The Kings are in disarray and out of the playoffs. The Pacers are now up 2-0 on the Cavs, both in Cleveland.
Yeah.
And Tyrese Haliburton is the star of the playoffs right now.
Yeah, I went through a couple emotions on that yesterday because word right before the tip-off was that Garland was already out, Mobley and Hunter.
Yeah.
We're all out. I'm like, oh, man.
Yeah.
Really thought Cleveland was going to win this game. And then Cleveland played great.
Yeah.
Like, good for them. This is going to be a really nice win for them.
Yes.
And I was starting to think, Indiana will be happy 1-1.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like they missed a chance here. If it's 1-1, you could go up 2-0 when they're missing two prominent players and another important piece. And then as the game's going, it's like it's chipping away. So I recorded the game. We went out on a walk, and I was kind of looking at my phone. I go, well, it's getting a little closer. And so I literally then looked back at my phone at the very end, and I saw that it was a 2-point lead and Haliburton at the line. And I saw it, so I'm just reading the score without any context.
Right.
And I saw that he made the free throw and then made a three. And I went, did they actually make it work where he missed the free throw on purpose? And so obviously when I went back home and watched it, it didn't seem like he did. He just got the rebound and then made just an incredible shot. I mean, that three was, like, whether you like him or not, that was incredible.
That was
yay, yay, yay.
That's what Chris was saying at home.
That was clutcheroni.
You got to give him his props.
You have
for
to.
that.
You absolutely have to.
You have to give him his props for Cleveland throwing the ball away, not rebounding the ball, and just letting him heave up a three.
Yeah.
Great job.
Yeah.
That's it.
I don't know. I mean, was it just letting him heave up a three?
He was pretty well defended.
I feel like he was pretty well defended. That step back. So here's today's question we're gonna have.
Oh boy.
I know, but gotta do it. I've been avoiding it.
Put the chin strap on.
Is this the worst trade in Sacramento Kings history? And here's what I mean by that. Is this the most painful? Is there another player that the Kings have traded away? Not that they haven't drafted, so Luka doesn't count. Is there another player in Sacramento Kings history that has gone on to have the success Haliburton is having? And on top of that, and this you really can't quantify because we have players that we've traded or let go that have won championships. But can you give me another player that has gone on to be as big a star, successful, and performing like he's performing more than Haliburton? We'll get to that. Everybody think about it. Put your little thinking caps on if you have a thinking cap, which is kind of weird if somebody just has like a cap they put on when they think.
It helps.
It does.
Yeah.
It's got little electrodes in it.
Yeah.
So think about that. We'll have that conversation. In the meantime, cut number 2.
Buddy Hield's going to dribble this one out. And a gutsy, hard-fought, huge victory for Golden State as they win game 1 with Steph Curry back in the locker room with a strained left hamstring for over half the game. And the Warriors, with only one day of rest after a tough game 7, they have captured game 1 of this Western Conference semifinal series. Final score from the Target Center: Golden State 99 and Minnesota 88.
Yeah.
Hield, that's another former King.
We're going to have some fun with this today. It is another former King. Because I'm taking all of my selfish Kings fan, hate the Warriors, whatever emotions out of the equation. And as a human and a sports fan, I have to admit that the Buddy Hield Jimmy Butler experience is absolutely hilarious to watch. And on a deeper level, remember when there was thoughts of, well, could Jimmy Butler come to Sacramento from Miami? I was one of the guys that was like, absolutely not. This franchise can't handle Jimmy Butler. Golden State 100% is a perfect place with established culture that can handle Jimmy Butler. But on a deeper level, what I'm really enjoying as a sports fan about the Butler-Buddy experience is that Jimmy Butler is the exact right teammate for Buddy Hield because he has taken to Buddy and he just mauls him he is all over him.
Yeah, and Buddy allows it, which is good. Buddy, you need both
to
parts
his
of it.
credit, he allows it. His ego's not in there. And guess what? He's making Buddy a better player.
Yeah.
He's making Buddy a better player. Here's just a sampling of a little bit of their back and forth.
We had to make sure he got his joy back because somehow he lost his joy. We're not going to say where he lost his joy, but somehow he lost his joy.
Why do you keep doing this? Do you even know what these are called?
What are they called? 2 fingers.
Buddy's doing air quotes over and over and over again. And that's the thing. Look, the Buddy Hield experience is wonderful.
He's playing great.
Wonderfully entertaining.
Yeah. And you're right. As Kings fans, if that was right now on the Kings, we would be eating that up.
We would 100% be eating
Buddy
it
and
up.
Butler show.
Buddy is loopy in all. Let me back up. Buddy is a good human.
Mm-hmm.
Buddy said some things about Sacramento that pissed us off. Buddy at the core is a good human that loves to play basketball and will play every single game if he can. Buddy also is flighty.
Mm-hmm.
He's a little the amount of duh moments he has per game is hilarious. But Jimmy Butler's on him about it, and again, making him a better player. Here's more of these two.
Facts.
You guys, Gary compared you to bickering brothers, right? And you're the little annoying brother, and you're the older brother.
And what Gary is?
I don't know. Maybe he's the middle brother.
The clumsy one. Always doing the dumbest stuff ever.
You literally wore the wrong shorts. The audacity.
Which, by the way, again, part of the Buddy Hield experience. He saves them from a Game 7 with an all-world performance, and then the Game 1 of the new series, he gets to delay a game because he put on the wrong shorts. It is the complete
those cargo shorts
Hield experience, dude. All right. The other thing we got, Kings coaching staff candidates. There's a lot of stuff flying out there. I got the lowdown, if you will, for what's going on. And the Kings hired another assistant GM yesterday. And much like their first GM, we also have podcast highlights from this one. You can't make it up. We've literally got a couple of podcasters as our GM and assistant GM coming in. When we get back, the Pacers take a 2-0 lead. Is the series over? We got audio for you listening and video for you watching. We'll get to it next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Fidium Fiber.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It is Wednesday, getting out the door and feeling a bit of that Delta breeze. It'll lead to a cooler start for the morning and a cooler day as well. We'll see mostly sunny skies with that steady breeze and highs today in the lower 80s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
It's about time they
fixed that pothole.
Invented better windshield wipers.
Made an internet that just works. Fidium Fiber Internet, starting at only $30 a month. It feels like Fidium. Offer available to residential customers only. Terms and conditions apply. See Fidium.com for details.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
The IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship is back for another thrilling season at Monterey's iconic WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca, May 9th through the 11th. Only in Monterey can you experience a high-octane mix of international drivers, cutting-edge prototypes, and GT sports cars racing wheel to wheel. There'll be gourmet food, wine, craft beers, family entertainment, and exclusive fan engagement with the drivers in the open race paddock. Buy your tickets now and experience world-class motorsports. Visit WeatherTechRaceway.com.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your boat, boat wins.
What are you going to do? Take the boat out for a spin or go mail something? Boat wins! Are we cleaning the patio or taking the boat out fishing? Boat wins! Are we skipping that eye exam to go sailing? Boat wins!
Rescheduling eye exams can be a nightmare.
All right, fine. Eye exam, then boat. Yeah!
With Progressive, you can bundle your boat with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings on your boat. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states and situations.
loans.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Save no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
The following is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
on Sacktown Sports.
Man. So as you were saying so well, Jason, that game last night went from good win for Cleveland to what is going on here, and everything that could go wrong for Cleveland went wrong, and everything that could go right for Indiana went right. The sequence was absolutely insane, and I've got it here. I just give you guys the context. This is the entirety of basically what led to everything that happened. Chris, if you want to help me call this up here, this is Indiana and Tyrese Haliburton just taking over the game and stealing one in Cleveland. Stay here, Chris. I'm going to play some more stuff. That is just.
I mean, that rips your heart out at home. Like
yeah.
The game's not 100% in hand, but it's your game to win.
Yes.
And just a killer loss.
That is look, it's not the finals. I get it, but that for Tyrese Haliburton is a superstar moment.
Absolutely.
There's no doubt about it. That is a 100% superstar moment. The fans were chanting overrated at one point, and Donovan Mitchell was actually trying to quiet them down. This is during that last sequence, and Tyrese Haliburton heard it, and he was asked about it after the game.
One more, guys, you feed off of that overrated chant that the Cavs fan base was giving you?
Yeah, I mean, sure. Yeah, that one was unexpected. I didn't know we had beef, but yeah, I guess good for them, man. That came out of nowhere, but it's just I think now that label's there, that's how it's going to be every time we play somebody. Every time on the road, he'll probably follow me until the next poll comes out, and then we'll see if I'm number one again. But for me, I just control what I can, man. Overrate that.
Yeah. What can you say? Yeah, it hurts, but you got to be happy for the kid. This is how careers are made, legends are made. Jason, I got a number for you that is just absolutely insane. Over the last 20 years in the playoffs, when a team is trailing by 7 points with less than a minute 30 left in the game, they're 3 and 384. Two of those three have been the Indiana Pacers this postseason.
2 of the 3 wins.
Yes, sorry. That's ridiculous.
I don't think that.
What?
I think the stat was since that record, the Pacers are 2-0.
Since what?
I thought the stat was since the 3 and whatever.
No, no. I did the math. They're 1 and 384 over the last 20 years. Every other team but the Pacers are 1 and 384. So including the Pacers, they're 3 and 384. The Pacers are 2-0 in those situations. Which
I'll just throw away that. What's hot?
Oh, sorry. Well, come on. I mean, that's a pretty good one to embargo. Kenny Atkinson, the newly minted coach of the year, had some comments after the game, was basically asked what he regretted, if anything.
We outplayed them for most of the game. We ran out of gas. We couldn't really separate ourselves. We couldn't get open in the half court. They're grabbing us, holding us. Couldn't really move. We couldn't get to separation. Every possession, they just upped their physicality. Again, grabbing, holding. We couldn't move. We ran out of gas. My only regret, Dan, is not playing more guys. We shortened the rotation. Obviously, that could have been. That's my sole regret. But I loved how we competed. We played our basketball, our identity. Tough one.
Some part of that, again, 3 guys out, and significant players. I mean, Mobley, defensive player of the year. Garland's an all-star. Hunter's a key piece of the rotation. They're not going to take solace now that they played really well.
Sure.
Because you take the joy in that if you win that game.
Right.
But they didn't win the game. They had a heartbreaking loss. They got to start to think big picture of the series. They're certainly not out. But they're in trouble.
They're in big trouble.
Yeah. No, I mean, the way the playoffs are going, it would not be shocking if they won game 3 and game 4.
Not at all.
In Indiana. It's just you have no wiggle room anymore.
And you have to believe that they are now the underdogs in this series.
Yeah, I would think so.
Despite, I don't think by a lot, though. I think I'm guessing the betting public is still very much split on this, but they went on the road and they grabbed 2 games.
Yeah, and I think, by and large, I think you can look back at series, and we anticipate this one be kind of close, that if you lose the 50-50 games, there's usually 1 to 2 per series. That really could go either way.
Sure.
I mean, they kind of almost had both of them that way. I guess the game 1 got a little bit out of hand at the very, very end. But last night, was kind of theirs in hand. And to lose it, that's a killer. That's just a wasted opportunity.
Kenny Atkinson, who you just heard from, they sent a few plays into the league that they wanted questioned. Here's Pacers coach Rick Carlisle to round out the segment, talking about Kenny and talking about the competition between those 2 teams.
He's protecting his players, and that's a big part of the coach's job. There are so many events in an NBA game. They turned in 3 plays to the league. When you turn in plays, the other team has to be notified of that. So we were notified they turned in 3 plays. I don't want to tell you the number of plays we turned in during our Milwaukee series, and we won 4 out of 5 games. And so there are so many things in a heated playoff series that you disagree with. The play with Allen, that was a missed call, clearly. The play with Mathurin was challenged, and the challenge was deemed unsuccessful. Nobody wants players hurt. 3 years ago, we finished a 25-win season, and at exit meetings, talked to the players about wanting to build this thing so that we could compete at the highest level and compete against the best. And so, if guys are missing games or not 100%, that disappoints the hell out of us. You don't get into this wanting it to be easier or perceived as easier. And it's not, even if all 3 of those guys don't play, it's not going to be easier. So I understand where he's coming from completely. I messaged him last night, congratulate him on being coach of the year. What an amazing job he's done. And so, I'm sure everybody is very sensitized right now to everything. This is an intense game and a very meaningful one.
That's Rick Carlisle, and a very respectful response to Kenny Atkinson and in that series in general. These are both well-coached teams. Those are 2 phenomenal coaches going at it. You've got superstars going at it, and Tyrese Haliburton is writing his name in the. God, it hurts. It does. It hurts so bad.
Did you hear Rick Carlisle's comments on Haliburton's game so far in the playoffs?
No, I hadn't actually. I hadn't heard those. as a matter of fact.
Smoking.
It's interesting.
It is interesting. Smoking from Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
What?
Oh yeah. You never saw that movie?
I have seen that movie.
You have seen that movie?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's where that quote's from.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
You sure about that?
Oh yeah.
100%.
Oh, just 1,000. Absolutely. Yeah. Have you guys
when he catches Joe Montana, right?
No, it's when he's coming out of the rhinoceros's rear end. We'll take a break when we come back. Stay 4 out. The Giants completely botched the game in Chicago, and then they really didn't botch the game in Chicago. The A's fell to the Mariners, and the hype surrounding New York Yankees Aaron Judge. We'll revisit that for a second time in 2 days. Safer out. A little bit of baseball coming up next.
Visit SacktownSports.com and join the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it. Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/55 to learn more. With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 new lines with autopay for well-qualified customers, plus taxes, fees, and $35 per line connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us, plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Disturbed. Live. Oh, wow. Get up, come on, get down with the 25th anniversary of the 5-time platinum album, The Sickness. 2 sets, 1 show, The Sickness in its entirety, and greatest hits with special guests, Daughtry, and Nothing More. Friday, May 9th, Golden One Center. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Disturbed. Live.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Sacramento's premier music festival, Country in the Park, is only a few weeks away with Bailey Zimmerman. Plus, Billy Currington, Nate Smith, Ernest, and more. Friday and Saturday, May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo. Don't miss pop-up stores, food trucks, line dancing, and more. Country in the Park, celebrating 25 years, May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Goldfield Trading Post, Java City, and Elemental Wine. Get tickets and more at CITPFest.com.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Coming up next, get to these Kings coaching staff rumors. In the meantime, safe or out? Question 1.
The Giants completely botched the game in the 9th, then exploded for 9 runs in the 11th. What in the name of Will Clark happened?
Yeah, dude. That was crazy. I mean, they really absolutely botched it.
Yeah. Who was that overran? Yastrzemski? Ran the ball
Just
in the outfield?
overran the ball like a Wiener Schnitzel. And everyone watching that game, Cubs or Giants fan, is like, yeah, okay, we see where this is going.
Yeah.
Going to extras, okay, great. I honestly thought they'd win at the bottom of the 9th. Goes to extras. Nothing in the 10th, and then in the 11th. Holy crap, Chris, I'm going to play this here.
Everybody gets a hit.
Everybody gets a hit.
He lines out into center field, and it gets down, base hit. Koss scores. Crow Armstrong, wild throw, but Kelly comes up with it. 6-5 Giants. Patrick Bailey with a big hit.
There we go, Bailey.
There you go.
He squares to bunt, bunts it. Ramos breaks for the plate, the flip, the slide, he's safe. Ball not handled cleanly. Wisely, his second bunt for an RBI in the game. It's 7-5, and the Cubs still haven't gotten an out. Bases loaded, no outs. Way inside, it gets by Kelly. And late breaking Bailey. Everybody just stopped, maybe thought that Adames got hit. Bailey comes in to score, and it's 8-5. Lee, line drive, base hit, right field. Wisely in, over to third and stopping there, Yastrzemski. 4 runs are in, still.
Yeah, you get the idea, Jason.
Yeah.
And here's
Now
the thing.
it's over.
At least you're not the Chicago White Sox, by the way. I know we're going off track here. They were all set for a win over the Royals yesterday, as a matter of fact.
They were.
They were all set, and they, let's just say they White Socked, if you will. And that would lead to the White Sox not winning the game, Jason.
Yeah, shocker.
Chicago. You're out of it. Oh, wrong. That was another Jim Carrey reference I was thinking of. Anyways, that's what happened. The Giants just woke up.
Yeah, nice regroup, though, because that was a game they had in hand, like you said, and then at least still to get it, that was good. Really good for them.
Number 2, please.
The A's fell to the Mariners 5-3 at Sutter Health Park. How important is today's game?
I was talking about another one that was in their hand. They came back, had the lead for the first time, and then the 9th inning. Wasn't our guy Mason. They didn't go to Mason Miller. Couldn't hold on to the lead. Had it.
Someone's being a ding-dong on the text line, which is driving down the score. Were you? Yeah, let me do it in the voice I imagine they're doing it. And God, I mean, I get people are cranky at 6 a.m., but come on, man. From the text line at 916-339-1140. Were you watching the game? Him overrunning the ball didn't affect the game at all because it held the runner at third. LOL. Do you pretend to watch the games because as a radio host, you feel you need to sound like you do? Well, first off, I've been very public about my dislike of baseball, and I have no problem saying I don't watch the games when I didn't. Yeah, I watched pretty much the whole game. The Yastrzemski situation was, as we said it, part of the frustration of that inning.
Right.
That was the whole thing. Like, what are you doing, dude? And then they blew that inning. They blew the game in Chicago.
And
they had all the momentum and then blew it open.
Yeah.
So have a pudding, maybe some coffee, and calm down there.
Or maybe coffee pudding.
Maybe some coffee pudding. Flick your nipples, feel better. Let's go. Have a Wednesday there, guy. Touch some grass and relax. Jeez. Yeah, they got to win today.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they got to win today.
Yeah.
Come on.
Because, I really thought they were going to win last night the way the game was going. They would have been in a tie for first. But, yeah, bullpen let them down last night.
Bullpen let them down. You can't do that. So now you got the you got the game today, and they're sitting 2 back of the Mariners. Still a game and a half ahead of the Rangers, who were victorious last night. They're second in a row. Look, get the win today, move on. You're winning series.
That's winning another one. Then the Yankees come in. It's still the Dodgers and then the Giants. This stretch is tough. So get as many wins as you can.
Number 3, please.
Dave took Aaron Judge yesterday in streaking, and he responded with a home run.
You did?
Is the hype over Judge justified?
Well, we were talking yesterday.
Way too critical yesterday.
Way too. I mean, I honestly was like, you guys need to calm down. And then Aaron Judge gets to the plate yesterday, and he does a little something.
Here's the 2-2. Driven out to right field and deep. Tatis back. He's on the track. He leaps. See ya. A home run. Judge with his 12th of the year. It's 2-1 Padres. And a nice catch by the fan.
Interestingly enough, so the fan caught the Aaron Judge ball. He's celebrating with his buddies. As he's celebrating, the ball comes out of his glove as he's jumping up and down, rolls down the rail. Another guy grabs it and puts it in his pocket. You see the guy who originally caught it looking around for the ball. Yeah, but maybe you got to secure the ball if it's going to be a catch. Fumble-roni. Yeah.
Did he make a football move, or was it?
He made a baseball move.
So no catch.
No catch. Yeah. No catch whatsoever. Yeah, he's okay. I've forgiven Aaron Judge.
Well, spoiler alert, I guess you got a hit.
Maybe. I don't know how to talk about that one. Yeah,
see how the rest of us did.
Giants, Cubs today.
Is that one a day game?
Why do I want to say it is? Yeah, 11:20 a.m.
Let's go. Let's go to the game in Chicago.
What a great day to have MLB League Pass if you like baseball, which I don't know if I do yet again or not. 9 a.m. Nationals host the Guardians.
Okay.
10 a.m. Brewers host the Astros. 10:15 Cardinals host the Pirates. 11:20 Cubs host the Gigantics. 12:35 A's Mariners. 12:40 Diamondbacks Mets, and on and on and on and on and on. What a great day!
You missed the Yankees. What time are they?
Oh yeah, they're at 4:05.
Yeah,
hosting the Padres. That's been a fun series, back and forth for them. We'll take a break. When we come back, all right. There's a lot of hullabaloo and malarkey and hullabaloo going on about the Kings and this happens. Kings filling out their coaching staff and all that. We'll tell you what is and what isn't, what has not happened yet. I'll clear all that up for you. Plus, they did hire an assistant general manager. Yes, the Kings got BJ Armstrong, and we'll tell you all about him. And some very interesting, once again, front office audio as a podcaster, talking about the Sacramento Kings. We'll get to that next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Well, a couple months into the Overhead Door Company, the new garage doors that we have from the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. So glad we worked with them. Yesterday was making a trip to the garage and just go, oh, you know what? I forgot the remote before I went from the inside the house to the outside part. And then I said, oh, I got the keypad on the side of the garage. Back to that functionality thing I've been talking about for a while. If I had my phone with me, could have opened it up with the app. So much easier for us and so much more practical than it was before when I had to lock on the door, unlock it, lift the garage door open. It's such a better feel for us. Also, better look. The curb appeal of new doors from the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. And, another little sidebar of this, it's one of the most cost-effective upgrades to increase your home value. So all these things, return on investment, curb appeal, working with a great company, new doors. Maybe you need a fix to your current doors. They do that. With your residential or business, they can help you there as well. So many different ways, and you can do it like we did, where we went down to the showroom to see for ourselves. You could do that. It's off Franklin Boulevard, and they have been helping Sacramento and 9 counties around Sacramento for years. How about 70 plus years now in this industry? Titans of the industry doing great business for a long, long time. Family owned and operated. This is just incredible. Incredible the way they have done this at the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. We are very, very pleased. I know you will be as well. So like I said, go to the showroom, ask about the Sacktown Sports Special, and see for yourself. Call them at 916-421-3747. The Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, the genuine, the original overhead door. Always look for the red ribbon logo.
David is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Nice to meet you. My name is David. I've been a pharmacist for 44 years, and I'm from Flowery Branch, Georgia.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It's the energy all around you.
Lightning and the thunder.
The thrill of the moments to come. Introducing all new high-limit slots, showcasing over 260 exciting slots, impeccable service, premium amenities, and action that's unmatched.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Well, the A's call-up of last year's first-round pick and 4th selection overall in the draft, Nick Kurtz, is not surprising, but his rise through the A's minor league system is pretty astounding. Kurtz has played in only 32 minor league games, but the numbers are eye-popping. A .336 average, 11 home runs, and 37 RBIs. Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. It's how retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing must-visit shops. And it's how healthcare offices become data-managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Carmichael Dave here for my good friends at American Energy. As a native Sacramentan, I can tell you, not that you need to know, that it might be nice right now, but turn the corner and oh my God, it's so hot. Yeah, summer is coming. And my friends at American Energy want to make sure you are dialed with your AC unit. So how about this half off tune-up right now? It's a special going on, just $24.50 to get your air conditioner tuned up. A free diagnostic. And oh, by the way, if you need a new AC unit, up to $3,500 in rebates on qualifying system installations. That's right. They've been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. Give them a call, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Here's the song.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento, from the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Hour 2. Cruising by. That's line at 916-339-1140 from the 209. This is a slam dunk if there ever was one, gentlemen. Okay, guys, I'll let you decide, says the texter. Should I use half a sick day to pick my son up early from school, surprise him, and go to the A's game today?
No. Use a full sick day.
Let me tell you guys something, and maybe this is just hitting a little home for me right now, but yes, and yes. Even beyond the whole you only live once, you never know what could happen.
Sure.
But even beyond all that, make the moments. Always make the moments. Now, look, if your kid has a final or something today, obviously
then take the sick day. Get them out of that.
The opportunity, these things, these kids, I still remember stuff like this, and I'm far from a kid. You do. We all, anyone who's ever been surprised, whatever, and that's to be able to take a sick day, go surprise your son or daughter, your child, your dad, your mom, whomever, take them to a ball game. That's the best of sports.
Mm-hmm. And right now, 209, you can get a seat, section 112, right behind home plate, row 10 for $35.
Wow, what a deal.
But what about 2 seats?
$35 a piece.
Oh, okay. There's 2 available.
$7,000.
Right. You get parking. You're dropping, let's say for a gourmet trip, the whole thing, the parking, the food and all that, you're dropping somewhere between $1 and $150. Now that's not insignificant,
right.
But I promise you
the memory's worth it.
The memory, to be able to buy a lifetime memory for you and your loved one we spend money. I spent a freaking $100 this morning on gas. Like, I'm not going to remember that in 20 years, but that both of you will remember. So 100% do it and let us know how it goes. Kings are assembling their coaching staff. Yesterday put out that amongst the we've heard Mike Woodson, who seems to be well on the way. If not, Sham Sharani reported as well, so that'll tell you it's a done deal. He'll be the associate head coach and Doug's main right hand guy. This is a former King, but also a former pretty experienced head coach. So they're grabbing him, and then. Another couple names that were mentioned, of course, Bobby Jackson, no surprise there, currently on the Philly bench, and Darius Sangaila, another ex-King. Contrary to some reports out there, though, it is not imminent. Now, I'm if I had to bet money,
which one's not imminent?
Bobby Jackson. Sorry, if I had to bet money, I'd bet it on Bobby's going to come back. I would, but I can tell you for a fact, as of yesterday afternoon, nothing had been offered, nothing had been accepted. And by the way, there's still some protocol there that they have to be very, very careful about. They have to ask Philly for permission. Mm-hmm. They have to get that permission granted, and then they have to work it out. There's a whole process there. So a little jumping of the gun. Not saying he won't come here, just saying as of, unless something's changed between about 3-4 p.m. yesterday, which it could have, nothing's imminent yet. Mm-hmm. Nothing's been offered. Nothing's been accepted. So, look, it's tough because you want to give Scott Perry, and you want to give Doug Christie, and you want to give Mike Woodson, credit or not credit, sorry, a blank canvas,
right,
and all of your love and trust and hope, right? But I also think, look, we got to do our jobs, and your opinion may change from my opinion. We're not a hive mind here, but I will give you that's the positive end is, hey, bunch of guys familiar with Sacramento, a little bit something extra there when it comes to this town. I love that. Love that they're familiar with this team, these fans, this city. That's cool. And these aren't basketball neophytes. These are people that know ball and have coaching experience. I'll say the same thing I said when the devil on my shoulder when it comes to, for example, Scott Perry and Doug Christie.
Mm-hmm.
One of my tests when I run a basketball franchise is one of many questions, Jason, is would other teams hire this person? Would Scott Perry was unemployed he was podcasting and unemployed for a couple of years. Why didn't he have a job somewhere else? Is this a must get hire? Now, by the way, okay, maybe he wasn't, and that's everybody else's mistake. You figured it out. That's fine. Mike Woodson, your associate head coach. Okay, fine. How much in demand was he? Did we talk to Jeff Van Gundy? Did we talk to Sam Cassell? Did we talk to some of these other super assistants out there? Or are we just getting the gang back together? Or what really worries me, are we getting, are there financial situations involved? Are we cutting corners a little bit and just trying to do the quick and easy as opposed to doing? I am very invested in what is the search? What is the process? Not because I doubt Mike Woodson or Doug Christie or Scott Perry, but because I think that feeds into what we're trying to do. That's where everything begins. So if you're going to have a faulty process for this, which I'm not saying it is, are you going to have a faulty process when it comes to the draft? Are you going to have a faulty process when it comes to making trades? So I do have questions, but ultimately you have to give these guys their own rope and hopefully let them run with it.
Yeah, I feel like the assistant part of the equation, the assistant coaches that Doug's assembling, is authentic process to him and to Scott Perry. I would think.
Yeah.
I mean, Bobby Jackson makes a ton of sense if he lands there. Darius and Guyla, we just personally know there's a connection there from being former teammates. Mike Woodson, from the Hawks to the Knicks to Indiana University. I mean, he's been a coach that kind of lands in the, hey, you need some veteran coach that has coached in the league. That would check that box. I mean, I think a lot of all those moves at least make sense. Now, whether or not, we're back to roster construction and overall makeup of the team if they've got what they need. But I think the assistant coaching part seems to make sense.
And in addition to all that, yesterday, they also hired an assistant GM.
Yep.
This is somebody Scott Perry obviously knows, BJ Armstrong, as we continue to go Bulls West, if you're being snarky. BJ Armstrong comes in, experience as a player agent, works with the Wasserman Agency. This is interesting. He works with the Wasserman Agency. Another client of the Wasserman Agency is Domantas Sabonis. So it's just always fun to kind of put those things together. Like Scott Perry and the Zach LaVine clip that we played of him on a podcast, here is a clip of BJ Armstrong. I'll let you listen for yourself. He's on with another gentleman you'll hear that has a British accent. That's the other voice you'll hear. And they're discussing not that long ago. I'm going to play this clip here if you don't mind there, Chris. Here is now assistant Kings general manager BJ Armstrong towards the end of the season, talking about the state of the Sacramento Kings.
What direction should the Kings go in here? They're kind of in a tough situation right now, and here's why. They've made these trades. They picked up DeRozan in a free agency. Then they make the trade for Zach LaVine. Then they move off of De'Aaron Fox. Malik Monk gets hurt, right? He gets hurt, correct? Yeah. So they're kind of in this odd scenario where 2 or 3 out of their top 4 players. I don't know what happened to Keegan Murray. Like, he's just kind of, I don't know what happened. He had a terrific rookie season, and then all of a sudden they get rid of Harrison Barnes. And then suddenly they fire their coach, and now they're in this, I don't know where they're at. It's kind of like they have a combination of players, but they don't seem to fit, right? Sabonis was hurt. Then he comes back. De'Aaron Fox is out. They trade for Valanciunas as well. Trade for Valanciunas. So they have this mixture of players, but it doesn't look like a team. It just looked like a collection of like really talented players.
They've got great assets. That's the word that people use now. But like Keegan Murray, he shot 41% as a rookie from 3. This season, he's shooting 34%. He's continuing downwards.
Yeah,
I feel like the offense with a De'Aaron Fox is easier for a player like Keegan Murray to fit into compared to when the offense is a guy like DeRozan or Levine.
Yeah, it's again. Then I don't know. I'm just looking at their collection of players. What's their identity, or what's the identity of this team? Are they a defensive team? Are they a fast break or 5-out team? What's
They're
are they? Are they big?
That's what
are they small? I don't know. So we'll see. I guess we'll find out something after the after the season's over with, and then
in 8 minutes time.
Yeah, we'll begin to see what's going on here, because it doesn't feel right to me. Their season doesn't. I mean, their team doesn't feel right.
Yeah,
now it's on him to help clean it up.
We will. We're going to take a break now. I wanted to time this specifically. We'll take a break now. That's our first question in 3 for Madness. Is your thoughts on that podcast audio? Also, Steph Curry injured, and usually a big day around these parts coming up on Monday, but is it really a big day? Really? I asked Chris because that clip is 3 minutes long.
I apologize. I made a joke you'll be able to get it within the time required.
Didn't even need a reminder.
And
then you turned around and screwed with me as well, because Chris just said 3 minutes as I'm going to break. We'll take a break right now. Let's react to that audio, and it may not be the reaction you think is coming. We'll do that next.
The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sacktown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for 3, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it. Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/55 to learn more. With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 new lines with autopay for well-qualified customers, plus taxes, fees, and $35 per line connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us, plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
All right, coming up at 7:28, the Warriors beat the Wolves on the road. We'll have some convo about that game, but really it was the post game that I actually enjoyed. The adventures of Buddy Hield and Jimmy Butler. In the meantime, 3 for Madness. Christopher Law, question 1.
When you heard the BJ Armstrong podcast audio, what was your initial reaction?
Well, I didn't necessarily like what he said about Keegan Murray. Not that it was blatantly wrong, but that smelled a little bit to me like he wasn't watching.
Yeah, he didn't really finish that.
Yeah, he did. He was a little all over the place. I watched that clip about 3 times in a row, and the conclusion I came to was that might be that clip so far of everything that's happened since the season ended and Monty left, which are the 2 major moves. I'm talking about the hiring of Scott Perry, the rehiring, or whatever you want to call it, extending of Doug Christie, everything else. That actually might be the thing I'm most excited about, because now we have a guy coming in that's in power. And if you look at what he said, I don't know how much closer he could be in what he said to what we've been saying for months. What we've been saying is this team looks like somebody is running a fantasy basketball team, and the individual parts have talent, but there's absolutely no identity. There's no fit. There's no cohesion whatsoever. That's damn near verbatim what he's saying. They don't have an identity. I don't know what this team is. They have some talented individual parts, but I don't know what the plan is. I don't know what they're trying to do. They're just kind of all over the place. And again, This is what tends to happen when you have non-basketball people making basketball decisions. You see it in Phoenix, and Matt Ishbia is learning that lesson right now, right in front of our eyes. Hey, let's go get Bradley Beal. He's good. Kevin Durant, he's really good. Devin Booker, he's super good. Let's put all these guys together, and we're going to win. No, that's not the case. It's what happened with Joe Tsai in Brooklyn when they went for the Durant, Harden, Simmons, I thought they're Kyrie, I think. Well, no, he traded one for the other, but you get my point. I think BJ Armstrong, at least publicly, has said the most accurate thing from a position of power about this team that we've heard so far. I can only hope that he has that, not just the influence, but that thought is shared within the building. Because, Jason, what I didn't want to hear is, they're close. I mean, they're right there. And he said the opposite of that.
Yeah, the identity part is big. I think there's like two main roads to go. You either have that young, up-and-coming team with future assets, or kind of like the playoff-ready team that needs one more piece.
That's right.
Well, the Kings are neither one.
That's right.
They do have good individual pieces. It's now trying to fit them together, and he's going to be a part of that. I mean, one of the other voices. So I think he's coming in, too, in a spot where, like you said, his description, his knowledge of the team is pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like, he's got a misjudgment
right.
of, again, the only thing was Keegan, I think, is he does a little bit more, and that's fine. You're watching all 82 games of the Kings. Probably not. Now he will be. So he'll get versed really quickly.
I love it. I again, that gives me a sense of hope more than anything else. And again, by the way, here's the thing though. Here's the backside of that. That was taken from a podcast BJ Armstrong was on before he joined the club. When Scott Perry was hired, we played a clip of a podcast he was on in which he was, I don't want to say trashing Zach LaVine, but he definitely was not a fan of Zach LaVine when you compare to what he's making and what he's accomplishing. Now I don't know if he walked those comments back, but obviously he didn't double down on them. I hope BJ Armstrong isn't going to be walking anything back. And I don't know that there's going to be any media for BJ. It generally isn't for an assistant GM. I hope that he's not having to walk those comments back internally.
Yeah.
And it's one of those words like, bro, you nailed it. So good news for us in the media world, though. We got a couple of podcasters running the show now.
They're savvy.
They're very
Media
savvy. Number 2, please.
Question 2.
With the Steph Curry injury, is it possible the Warriors won the battle but lost the war?
I hate you. That's a typo on my part. Steph Curry. It is possible. Yeah, look, I was really shocked at how bad Minnesota was yesterday. They were terrible. Yeah. They were embarrassing. No energy, couldn't hit the side of a barn. They made a little run late in the second half, but they
never felt like they were going to win.
The Warriors it's like they walked right in, kicked the Timberwolves collectively in the junk, and then they rolled around on the floor in pain for 2.5 quarters, and then, or 3.5 quarters, and then, they cut it to 10, they cut it to double, cut it down, I should say. And it was almost like more the Warriors were playing with their food than anything else. But on the list of injuries that you don't want, any sort of hamstring irritation, especially for a guy who ain't 26, that's a big deal. And Steph also is not the type of player that can fight through a hamstring injury and be anywhere near as effective as he should be and he can be. If this ends up being a thing that's nagging and he's got to miss multiple games, could the Warriors still win the series? Yeah, they're that type of team that next man up, as we saw with Buddy Hield. But I just don't know. If you're relying on Buddy Hield to be that guy throughout this series, we'll see. He surprised us in Game 7. He's on a great run right now.
He's on a heater.
But he may have to continue that. And that's that might make if that works out, Jason Ross, that alone makes the Jimmy Butler trade worth it for the Warriors, because a lot of Buddy's success is going to be Jimmy staying in his ear hole.
Yeah, it's a good thing for the Warriors that they have Jimmy Butler right now, because when in the last series when Jimmy Butler missed a game, that we thought that could do some serious damage to the Warriors if it was longer than that. I know Steve Kerr has already speculated right after the game, which is tough to do, that he thought it would be hard to imagine him playing Thursday.
Yeah,
but the MRI is today, and I mean, this could be the rest of the series. Could be one game, could be 0. I mean, we don't know, but it didn't look good. Athletes always know, and Steph right away. I mean, I wouldn't say like this is, anything like monstrous, but that's the thing that it just doesn't generally get better quickly.
We'll get the MRI, as you said today. They'll send it to us.
I called about it.
But to do some irresponsible speculation, generally, when you're grabbing at your hamstring, regardless of what the MRI says, best case scenario is I think the best case scenario for Steph today, unless it was a cramp, we've all had those cramps before, but unless it was a cramp, and I don't think you're missing the whole rest of the game if it's a cramp, I think the best case scenario for the Warriors is that it's a grade 1 hamstring strain, and even grade 1 hamstring strains. I was reading some sports doctor yesterday. He said the recovery time on that is 7 to 14 days.
Ooh.
You just can't do that in the playoffs.
Right.
So they won the battle last night, but the war is still out there for the Bulls.
A head start.
It really, really does. Number 3, please.
Question 3.
The draft lottery is Monday. What's your excitement level from 1 to 10?
Honest to God, when I read this morning that the draft lottery was Monday, I completely forgot that it was Monday. Of course, it should be coming up because we're in the playoffs right now. But I if they were to move up,
exactly,
it would be arguably a top 10 moment in Kings history. So the potential is there. But what is it? A 0.3, 0.4?
It's really
yeah.
low.
I'm not letting my reaction to the draft lottery, Jason, is going to be very, very similar to when I buy a lotto ticket.
Mm-hmm.
When I buy a lotto ticket, I know I'm not winning the Powerball. Come on. But there's a couple times between the time I buy the lotto ticket and the time they announce, there's a couple times where usually when I'm going to sleep at night, where I'll let myself go through the whole, what would I do? What would it be like? And then I fall asleep. I'll do the same thing when it comes to this draft lottery. And then inevitably when the Kings don't move up, even though I've prepared myself for it, even though I know they're not going to move up, there's still going to be a little, God, I hate Sacramento, but whatever, move on.
Yeah, I feel like this is a sliding scale. Going in, the odds are very, very low. So I would say I would start at around a 3 out of 1 to 10.
Okay.
Moments before, I'd be like, I'm always the optimist. Like, maybe about a 7. Like, what if? Okay, they don't have to get number 1, but what if they just get in that top 4?
Right.
If their name's not called at 13, they're in the top 4. Oh my gosh. Then it would slide all the way to like a 9. And then if somehow they're not 4 or 3 or 2 and they go all the way to 1, then it's a 10 plus. But that also is a matter of like seconds, because that scale, it's like, oh, and the 13th pick, it now goes to Atlanta. You're like, oh, all right. Well, now I'm not that excited at all. Then I shift into almost like a 1 because wait, who's going to get number 1? Into a panic mode of that better not be a Western Conference team.
Right.
Can it be the Spurs?
Right.
Will it be New Orleans? Who's going to get Cooper Flag? Yeah, that kind of thing.
Well, we'll see. And then when that moment happens, when they're about to get to the Kings spot, there will definitely be a little twinkle in the ear.
Sure.
But
again, it's supposed to be the second placard shown. If it's not there, then it's exciting. But if it's there, then you're like, yeah, okay. Pick's gone, goes to Atlanta.
I think we got about a minute left, and I don't know where else to put this, so I thought this was really interesting. Former Raider Carl Nassib was doing a little video podcast, and I caught this clip. If you don't remember Carl, he came out as gay and went through all of that, and it's interesting to hear the stories. So I caught this. I want to give you guys for some of you a trigger warning here. He doesn't use FCC inappropriate language, but there's definitely inappropriate phraseology in here. But please keep in mind the person that's saying it. I think it'll make sense. I thought this was a very interesting way for him to explain part of what went into him being ready to come out in the NFL. I'm going to play this clip here, Chris.
Want a bad story? Because everybody thinks football players are these big meatheads that don't understand anything. Like, I
got funny stories.
Are there the meatheads out there?
Nah, man, I got a few funny stories that are so hilarious. This was 2020. I was on the Raiders and we were playing the Browns. And I think Baker was a quarterback. And he's a very mobile quarterback. But they ran like 3 bootlegs away from me. And when you're on the opposite of a bootleg, you got to chase it all the way over there. And they did 3 bootlegs in a row to start the second half. I was so mad. And these are all my former teammates. And so I'm chasing the third one. I said, stop the gay-ass bootlegs. The entire Browns O-line turned around at me. You can't say that. And I was like, oh, man, the league is ready for this. You know what I mean? Like, oh, they are ready for me. Like, we got some allies here. You know what I mean? I was like, this is so funny. Like, the guy that's about to come out saying we're gay, getting shut down by 5 massive dudes. Like, it was, like, in stereo. You can't say that. And, like, we just, like, all, like, started running after the ball. It was hysterical. So, like, one, I have to acknowledge, like, my own moment where I was a little bit ignorant, but stop running boots. You know what I mean? Like, stick in the pocket.
That caught my eye. Yeah. That's when you think about all the things that went through his head. The fact that, as he acknowledged, he had a moment where he said some things he shouldn't have said. They had no idea what he was about to do.
We'll find out soon.
He sees the reaction where they're on a football field where everyone's trying to gouge each other's eyes out, and they go, hey, man, whoa, that's over the line. He goes, might be time.
Would you like some good news?
I would love some good news.
I did the NBA lottery simulation. Kings get the 3rd pick.
In the first try?
68th.
That's great news, Chris. 68th. We'll take a break. Well, we'll see what happens with pick 69. Maybe they get the 1 pick. When we come back, just a quick break here. When we come back, the Warriors beat the Wolves on the road, and
still 13th for the 69th pick.
The Ballad of Jimmy and Buddy, or Butters as he calls him. We'll talk about it next.
Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Whitey here with another great grilling tip. The Napoleon Stainless Steel Prestige 500 Connected Propane Grill with infrared side and rear burner featuring Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connectivity brings you closer to your grilling experience than ever before. The Napoleon Connected lets you monitor temperatures, set timers, and receive high temp warnings. Boop, boop. All from your smartphone with temperature probes and LCD display. You'll always know exactly what's happening inside your grill. Napoleon's LED control knobs even illuminate for nighttime entertaining and feature safety glow. Napoleon Grills, simply the best.
At Valley Strong Credit Union, we know that local businesses are the backbone of the Central Valley, investing in our neighborhoods, boosting the economy, making the Valley stronger. But when it comes to their finances, where can they turn? A big bank that just sees another number? That's not good enough. Valley businesses deserve Valley support for payroll, credit, cash flow, and everything in between. Valley Business is Valley Strong. Learn how our cash management services can support your business at valleystrong.com.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So, then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
At SMUD, we power local business with incentives on clean energy equipment, tools to manage electricity usage and save money, tailored solutions from dedicated strategic account advisors, and 50% lower rates than neighboring utilities, all while doing more for the planet with clean energy solutions, savings, reliability, personalized service, clean energy, helping local businesses thrive. That's our clean power promise. Learn more at smud.org.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
The Warriors just steamrolled the Wolves yesterday. It honestly, Jason, it was so disappointing. I will admit, I was watching Jeopardy with the fam eating meatloaf for the second half with the game on my phone. Like it went from was very excited about this matchup, and the Wolves had nothing for them. They just had nothing for them.
No, it's the second straight game the Warriors have dominated the 3-point differential. What were the Wolves, like 1 of 17 at one point? It was just something awful. I can't remember earlier.
They ended up 5 of 29 from beyond the arc.
So it's a terrible percentage. What did the Warriors make? Like 18, I think?
43%, 18 to 42. Yeah. And that's with
without Steph. For the most part.
I mean, Steph made 3 of them in 13 minutes. Yeah. He was off to a good start.
Draymond was incredible.
Draymond, my God. He's like the modern day version of how Shaq was in the playoffs with free throws. Like it just, when he had to make them, it always seemed like Shaq would nail his free throws, but couldn't do it all season long. And Draymond he was 4 of 10. I think they'll take that all day long.
Yeah, but to make that many more threes, it's 13 more, 39 more points. The T-Wolves struggled to score all night long. I mean, they had high 20s late in the first half. It was certainly not the Lakers series for them anymore. And the Warriors defense the last couple games have been good, but I actually did think the T-Wolves missed a lot of shots, but look, that's part of it. Now they've lost home court. Now we've made history, right? All 4 series, home court was lost in game 1. First time ever.
Weirdly enough, I don't know if you caught that stat, but 3 of the 4, that had happened multiple times. We were asking yesterday, like, I don't even know if 3 have happened. Yeah, that had happened multiple times, but never all 4. Yeah. So I hope, I honest to goodness hope that the Wolves show up in this series, because they didn't. And not last night. From the 916, Dave, there are some people in SAC that don't like that Jimmy Butler's hard on Buddy Hield. I literally don't know why people are mad. Jimmy is saying what Kings fans have been saying for years. And guess what? It's working. It's called accountability, something Buddy never had here. My first response to that text is, who in Sacramento is upset that Jimmy Butler, point me to, and Reddit doesn't count. Point me to who these people are. Who in Sacramento is saying, I don't like how hard Jimmy Butler is on, but are you kidding me? Nobody, that's a made up thing. Nobody is upset about
Reddit
that.
Is?
But I'm saying, I'm just going to take a guess.
Okay.
I'm just going to take a guess. If it's not my friends over at Reddit, it's something online that is completely silly. Come on, man. This is a blast to watch. Here's let me pull up clip 1 here. I have a few of you for you of the Jimmy and Buddy program. Here we go, Chris. Here's them sitting down at the podium.
Good meeting with me, man. You're welcome. Buddy and Jimmy. We haven't done nothing yet.
Draymond declared that tonight Jimmy became Batman and Buddy went from Alfred to Robin. Do you guys have any comments on that declaration?
No. I'll start out. No. I'm Batman today. I saved the day. He's still Robin.
All right. Well, I'm still Robin, yes. And Steph's still Batman. And Buttered is still who he is.
Call me Buttered.
Okay. But you had another good game, man. Except for that stupid thing you did at the beginning of the game when you didn't have on the right shorts. It's not real Robin and or Batman like.
Buddy, what happened with the wardrobe malfunction?
Jimmy switched it out. It was Jimmy's fault.
Okay.
Jimmy switched it out, and that's what happened. So I was looking for my shorts, and I thought it was right. When he said, "Yo, put these on," it was right, and that was good.
That's what you're going with.
Yeah, I'm going with Jimmy. It was Jimmy's fault. His locker's next to my locker. I was looking for my shorts. He said, "Yo, I can't find my shorts." Oh, I see there. and I put them on and it looks just alike. And after that, got a fine for it. So it's cool. It was Jimmy's fault. Blame Jimmy.
I like this guy.
Yeah.
I still hate you.
Yeah. Here's a clip on them going at it in the huddle.
Draymond mentioned that you two guys were kind of going back and forth in the huddle even. Do you feed off? I mean, we've seen you guys go back and forth. You're doing it right now.
Ask him why we was going back and forth.
Why were you going back and forth?
Because when you know what, I'm not going to say exactly what I say in the locker room, but when I got a mismatch in the post, don't cut. Stay on the perimeter.
If you got a mismatch, you ain't going to score the ball.
I am going to score the ball. I can't score the ball when you cut into my space. You're a shooter. You're not even a cutter.
Bro, you seen it score
You
the
saw
ball.
what happened when you shot a layup in the first quarter? Smokey Robinson. That's exactly what you did. Use the backboard too. Exactly.
Do you guys feed off of this though? I mean, is it like when you can do this, does it translate to what happens on the court?
It actually does.
No,
because I respect
got me
Butter
too.
so much because he knows whatever I'm saying.
My name is Buddy,
but that's short for Buttered. He knows what I'm saying is always towards winning. Same thing that Draymond does and everybody. And you can talk to whoever you want to talk to like that in the moment, and then you move past it. You know what I'm saying? Like we had another something in the huddle. He was like, you know what, you're right. And we move on because the main goal is to win. He understands that I just want to win. I understand that he just want to win. So we're able to talk to each other.
Perhaps.
What you're seeing there.
They're lucky they won. I want to see them after they lose.
Oh my goodness, right? None of this. You're seeing two guys that are winning, and you're seeing the best teammate for Buddy Hield he's ever had.
Yeah.
Somebody that will have fun. But this is the best of Jimmy Butler. This is, for all the whatever that Jimmy Butler brings in. This is the best of Jimmy Butler when he is the accountability guy in the locker room to go with the other accountability guy in Draymond Green. And then you got Steph Curry's kind of the taskmaster of the whole thing. This is where Buddy Hield can be the best Buddy Hield when he's got somebody in his ear that he respects.
I think, too, though, you can see if we follow track records for both players. I mean, Jimmy's pretty well respected, but then it's just these flameouts at the end of his time at these spots. If, and this is a terrible speculation, but if Steph misses some time, and if the T-Wolves kind of get their footing and start to play better, couldn't you see this be a fractured relationship? I mean, they've got not fractured in that but if Buddy does some things that Buddy has done on different teams, and if Jimmy does some things that Jimmy has done on different things, look, when he was with Minnesota, he basically couldn't stand the motor of Cat and Wiggins. It was like, I got to get out of here.
That's right.
And then wanted to, but I think he liked playing for a coach like Tibbs then, but then wanted the Miami, like, let's be tough on guys. Like, I like that culture. And then it burned out. I don't know what happened there. So it's all good right now, and it should be, and I think it'll be fine. But
I think it's interesting, Jason, because I also
there's
think
some hints there.
You're probably seeing, if I had to guess, it's a different Jimmy Butler in Minnesota than Jimmy Butler. Now Jimmy Butler is the grizzled old vet. He understands he's coming to a championship culture. He's got to be a leader in the locker room. And I take this as, you've got the ribbing that's in there.
Yeah.
And there's truth behind the ribbing. Like, buddy, quit being a ding-dong. Like, figure it out. But this seems to me like, whereas with Cat and Wiggins, it was like, you guys are soft.
Right.
And I don't respect you. And I'm going to see what you got. And they didn't have it, at least in his opinion. And he ran all over them and got out. With this, it seems like, buddy, I respect you. I respect your game and the fact that you want to win. But some of these ding-dongity plays you do or things you do, like, I'm going to call them out, but in an older brother sense, not in a you're soft. And there seems like there's a respect there now.
Yeah, and Buddy's not taking it in a way that's like he's the one that could be offended.
Credit to him.
And he's kind of been playing back and pushing back a little bit. But I'm thinking about the Warriors, was it 2 or 3 years ago when they just, Steph was hurt, Draymond was hurt, and they won 20-something games.
Yeah.
If Jimmy was on that team and Buddy was kind of player 2.
Yes.
I think that would be rough, but that's not the situation they're in.
When you're winning 20 in the show and you have mold on your shower shoes, you're colorful. Last thing here, real quick
Make
clip.
sure he got his joy back because somehow he lost his joy. We're not going to say where he lost his joy, but somehow he lost his joy.
Why do you keep doing this? Do you even know what these are called? What are they called?
2 fingers.
Buddy was doing air quotes.
Yeah. 2 fingers.
We'll take a break. When we come back, all 4 road teams take game 1. The playoffs are officially drunk. Does this diminish a thing here and there? And do the playoffs still have that same uncertain energy they had coming in? Do the playoffs have a $24.50 half-off tune-up special? I don't think they do. Shelly Smith, ESPN. But on my music, I can barely hear it. Wow, that's weird. Is that a... Hey, seriously, I can't... Like, the music is almost ill... There we go. Was that... I didn't know if that was a thing because we were playing stuff. American Energy Heating and Air right now is a $24.50 tune-up going on. That is half price, up to $4,000 in rebates on a new air conditioning system for our qualified purchasers. Hey, listen, American Energy's got you covered throughout the summer. At least, if you don't do anything else, at least get a tune-up if you haven't in a while. At least get an inspection. Let them come out and look at your system and make sure everything's running smoothly, because I don't want any of you having to go through these 102, 105, 110-degree days that are coming up, and all of a sudden your AC comes out for something you could have had taken care of simply and easily just a couple months before. 1981 is when they started serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ Better Business Bureau rating. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Sorry, Camp says Buddy's going to be a Hall of Famer. Come on, man. Hall of Flaky is what he might make. Love though. American Energy Heating and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Is this good for the playoffs? What the heck's going on right now? We'll get to that. Yeah.
Domantas Sabonis plays here.
Keep on Sabonis. Put the frosting on the cake. Put the cherry on the sundae. Sabonis with a 2-hand flush makes it 114-106.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-566-1649. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-566-1649. That's 800-566-1649. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Louis C.K. in an all-new show, Ridiculous 2025 Tour.
When I was younger, you had to go in the bank. Remember that? You had to go inside the bank. Now you look in the bank, you're like, what are those people doing in there? Are they cleaning? The money's out here.
Friday and Saturday, June 13th and 14th, 8 p.m., the venue at Thunder Valley. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Louis C.K. live on stage.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Well, the A's call-up of last year's first-round pick and 4th selection overall in the draft, Nick Kurtz, is not surprising, but his rise through the A's minor league system is pretty astounding. Kurtz has played in only 32 minor league games, but the numbers are eye-popping. A .336 average, 11 home runs, and 37 RBIs. Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. It's how retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing must-visit shops. And it's how healthcare offices become data-managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business.
Sacramento's premier music festival, Country in the Park, is only a few weeks away with Bailey Zimmerman. Plus Billy Currington, Nate Smith, Ernest, and more. Friday and Saturday, May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo. Don't miss pop-up stores, food trucks, line dancing, and more. Country in the Park, celebrating 25 years, May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Goldfield Trading Post, Java City, and Elemental Wine. Get tickets and more at CITPFest.com.
All right, I'm putting that on the. I've been seeing these clips that have been I've actually seen them for a while now. Every once in a while, a clip from the movie "Crazy Stupid Love" with Steve Carell.
See, it's not in my algorithm. That's good for you.
Yeah, it comes, and so
it's really good.
During the break, it came, and I've seen this clip before. It's the one where he and is that Ryan? Who is that? Yeah. Okay. When they meet. When he realizes that he's dating his daughter for the first time at the party, and then like the neighbor comes and tackles him, and there's that big mix up. That's a big giveaway, right? But that's the clip that's rolling around.
Okay.
So, and that clip is hilarious, even though I have no context for it. So I've never.
Too bad you know that. Then
I have never seen this movie. That
I
might
heard
be,
some people call it phenomenal.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
I've heard
I call
phenomenal.
it that.
Okay.
It's too bad that's the part you know. Darn it.
Yeah, because was that the big reveal?
It's a big part of the movie.
I'll tell you something like that really disappointed me is so we don't really do scary movies with the kids, but we'll do like we will dabble in the M. Night Shyamalans. And as they get older, we're opening up their eyes a little bit. And
This is a perfect time to get into horror movies.
Why?
I think you're really stunting them.
Why is it a good perfect time?
Like everyone gets into horror movies when they're like in high school.
We're all good with horror movies. Please keep in mind, like 3 years ago, I had to have a 2-hour talk with my daughter after we watched The Matrix. She doesn't do well with these things. And she was like, she's my kid. And she's like, we're literally, like, am I even going to make it through life? Like, we're literally going to get taken over by machines.
Honey, there's a good chance that is going to happen.
That's kind of, I was like, well, enjoy every day because you don't have many left. No, so with her, it's my daughter that's the problem. Anyways, here's the bottom line. I wanted to do The Sixth Sense this a couple weekends ago. And spoiler alert, turn down your radios if you haven't seen the movie.
It's 26
I'm
years
just
old.
saying it's one of the great twists. Well, I'll just leave it like this. They both already knew the twist. Same reason I see the Crazy Stupid Love thing, because it had circulated on, whatever. Internet ruins everything. I mean, I don't even know. Can you even enjoy
Was
that?
the internet even around when Sixth Sense came out?
Yeah, barely, but yeah. Can you even enjoy that movie if you know what the twist is?
Sixth Sense?
Yeah. I don't even know if you can.
Maybe you watch it then trying to prove, like, because I remember when I saw it first time, and then when you finally figure it out, or it took me a while, and then you go, oh, okay. Wait, no, because, oh, wait. You're like trying to backtrack. You're like, no, I
had to go back and watch it again.
I remember someone telling me that they came into the movie theater late, so they missed the entire beginning with one of the Wahlbergs.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, wait, what's happening right now?
Look, dude, M. Night Shyamalan went on a heater out of the gate. A heater. You don't think so?
His third movie was The Village.
I
like that.
I like The
was
Village. It was.
I also guessed the ending. That was a problem too, is he got fixated on
twist endings. Yeah, I don't remember the order, but it was like Sixth Sense, The Village, Unbreakable, which is I actually thought was overrated. Signs, which I loved. And And then was it the lady in the pool or something?
Lady in the water.
Which was,
but she was in the pool, so
it was fine.
It wasn't as bad as what people made it.
It was. I think Unbreakable is not as good as some people make it out to be. I think The Lady in the Water is not as bad.
Did he do?
Paul Giamatti is very good in that.
Paul Giamatti's excellent.
Old.
Yes.
Was that good?
I haven't seen it. The last one I saw I think was it The Happening with Mark Wahlberg? And that was terrible.
I do like that movie.
So, of course you do. He went on.
You didn't see Split?
No.
Fantastic movie.
Well, but you also love The Happening. So
no, it's a very good movie. And then Glass.
Those are all three together.
Yeah, but it isn't Glass. Yeah.
Unbreakable.
But
I couldn't get into Glass.
No.
It was half full.
You saw right through it.
That's just right there. I don't even know what to do with it. It's just sitting there. I don't know what to do with it.
Oh, The Visit's a very good movie.
The Visit?
Yeah.
I will say this. I'm terrible with this stuff because like Blair Witch, I saw that in the theaters. I thought that was real.
I did too.
Like the longest time. I
still think it is.
I legit thought it was real.
My cousin got mad at me because I said it wasn't real.
Any chance that you were one of those kids that would go around and take joy out of telling people there was no Santa Claus?
Oh, no. Big Santa Claus guy.
Okay.
But I was the one telling my cousin, I'm like, you're 19 years old and you think this is real?
I don't know how old, but yeah, I thought.
At first, older than that.
That was part of it. And you know what? I'm so glad I did because Blair Witch Project is, I guarantee you, is so much more fun if you think it's real.
Mm-hmm.
If you
think people actually died.
Yeah, if you think people have like for reals died and the way that ends and that whole thing, like abso-freaking-lutely. Then if you know it, if it's fake, it's like, it's fine.
Oh, then you'll love Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm ever going to see that movie. Cannibal Holocaust? What?
It was an Italian movie and it was so insane. And he told the actors in it, it was basically like you signed a contract, like go away for a year. Don't do anything. You can't do any other movies because we want to make people think it's real. Then the Italian police brought him in because like, you just made a snuff film where these kids died.
Fun fact, speaking of Italians, and then I need to get this segment back on track, but I've shared this before. In the world of music, fun fact that Italian singer Adriano Celentano in the 1970s wanted to prove to Italians that they would love any American song whatsoever. So he created a song that he thought sounded like it was in American English, but literally it's just 100% gibberish that you actually, like you feel like it might actually be words, but it's not.
Play it backwards though.
It says Paul is dead repeatedly. All four road teams have taken game one for the first time ever. Okay, so Jason, we have seedings for a reason. Seedings are based on regular season performance. Is this a bad thing?
No. I think it makes it. The fairness is those teams earned their spot to have home court. Now they've lost it.
Yeah.
I think we're to the point though in the playoffs too. Anybody that lost game one, and now we know the Cavs have lost game two. Do you think that OKC, Boston, Cleveland, and Minnesota can't win on the other team's home court? They all can win it on the other.
Yeah, no, they of course, it's always trying to get past the whole echo. Of course they can, but
would you expect them all to win at least a game on the other team?
I fully expect OKC to win in Denver.
Mm-hmm.
I fully expect Boston to win in New York.
Okay. Less belief in Minnesota and Cleveland. Well, if Cleveland has those guys out,
that's the problem.
Yeah.
Also, this is where the injury thing is, because we need to understand what's going on with Kristaps Porzingis in Boston. Got to understand what's going on with Steph in Golden State. Got to understand what's going on with Mobley and Garland and the other guy in Cleveland. I feel like OKC could win this series in 5 or 6. I still do. I'm not going to lose confidence in that good of a team over one home loss. But now we're looking at instead of just the Memphis game until Ja got hurt, which was an absolute shellacking by the Grizzlies. That was, that's kind of the back of your head. You're like, okay, that was a thing. Whatever, fine. But now you've got that. They've played 5 playoff games, Oklahoma City has so far. In one of them, they choked in the end and lost at home. And in the other, they would have, in my opinion, they would have lost that game if John Morant didn't sky for that dunk and come down.
27.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's 2 of the 5 games they've played that they either lost or should have lost. That's 2 of 5. That's 40%. That's not a good percentage. So now I need to see Oklahoma City in game 2 come out. And I don't know if they're going to brutalize the Nuggets, but I need to see them lay the smack down.
Right.
Or if we're sitting here in game 3, even if OKC wins game 2, but if they win it and it's a back and forth and it's a close battle,
Some questions.
I'm going to have some real questions about that. We'll take a break. When we come back, Doug Christie is rounding out the coaching staff, or at least beginning to. We'll tell you what is and is not happening, or at least hasn't happened yet. Coming up right after this.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
O'Reilly. Get the full exterior car care experience with the Pro X1 Car Care Collection Wash Kit. Only at O'Reilly Auto Parts. The kit includes all-wheel tire and cleaner, glass cleaner, snow foam car wash, and a microfiber wash mitt. Get the essentials in one box for just $19.99. Choose Pro X1 exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Disturbed live. Oh, wow. Get up, come on, get down with the 25th anniversary of the 5-time platinum album, The Sickness. 2 sets, 1 show, The Sickness in its entirety, and greatest hits with special guests, Daughtry, and Nothing More. Friday, May 9th, Golden One Center. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Disturbed live.
Insurance companies perform a very valuable service, but they want to keep their money. Although most cases settle before trial, it is paramount that the insurance companies know that if pressed, your legal team has the experience to take your case all the way. For 25 years, Ashton & Price has earned the reputation that if the insurance company isn't fair, we're ready to force them to be fair. My mom used to warn me, wait till dad gets home. Think of us as dad. The best part, there's no fee until we win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Welcome to Staples.
Hi, I hear Staples prints it all.
Oh, you bet. Posters, banners.
Can you print it all for Father's Day?
Oh, of course. Photo gifts like canvas prints, photo puzzles.
Can you print it all for graduation?
Sure can. Custom cards and invites.
Can you print a huge banner with the grad's picture?
Oh, definitely.
Even an embarrassing baby picture?
Oh, those are the best kind.
I know, right?
Print it all for dads and grads at Staples. And right now, get 40% off custom cards, invites, and photo gifts. N75 exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Get ready for Camping World's Red, White, and New Trade event, May 15th through the 18th. Get the highest value for your RV guaranteed during the biggest RV trade event of the year. Shop the best RV deals in America with new RVs starting as low as $92 a month. Get ready for the holiday weekend with up to 45% off grills and 25% off product installation. Plus, we'll have free hats, free propane refills, free food, and fun for the whole family. Don't miss the incredible Red, White, and New Trade event, May 15th through the 18th at your local Camping World.
See full details and disclaimer.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer? Can we sleep cooler? Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number Everything Smart Bed sale. Every smart bed and base are on sale during our Memorial Day event. Up to 50% off, plus free home delivery. Limited time. Exclusively the Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
Wow, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports, 1140.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are halfway through the week. Your week. So right now, I need every single listener on their feet. Callers, texters, YouTubers. Make some noise for Sacramento's favorite sports morning show. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, and the man behind the glass, Chris Burlon.
Welcome back. Hour number 3. 12-pack of crumble cookies for your mom or the mom in your life or wife or whomever.
Or yourself.
Or yourself. That's what I'm saying. We'll get to that here. We'll give those away a bit later. Chat line's winning today. Text line's losing.
I know which one you're going to say.
Jesus.
The first text I thought was joking, and the second text, oh.
I wondered when that happened.
Jason's the only one not getting
right
attacked on the chat line.
We were having a conversation about Santa.
And they were attacking you. Why did Chris get attacked?
Well, because I asked if he was the one who, and by the way, the person who texted, he's very, very upset because he dropped his kids off.
Mm-hmm.
But had he not dropped his kids off, he'd have some explaining to do. To be clear, I was not commenting on the this or the that of the situation. I was asking if Chris was the guy that went around spreading fake news.
And I said I'm a big Santa guy.
See?
Yeah.
Jeez. Relax.
I don't know why I was getting attacked.
Love me some Santa.
Well, I'm all for you getting attacked. But yeah, huge Santa hive here, by the way. Cookies, milk, the whole thing.
I'm a Fanta of Santa.
I love how he ended it with, why the F are you guys talking about Santa? Luckily, I dropped my kid off at school already. Piece of S move, Dave. Like, just that's what it's.
Not over it.
Not over it at all. Jeez. Context is king. Doug Christie is trying to assemble a assistant coaching staff.
Assemble!
Coach, yes, assistants assemble. So BJ Armstrong, assistant GM, we know that's happening. That's a Scott Perry thing. Mike Woodson seems a done deal as associate head coach, and then we're hearing names being thrown around. Darius Sangaila.
Mm-hmm.
I actually heard this isn't going to happen, but there were rumblings that maybe a conversation or thoughts of I mean, this is like, it's not going to happen, but Dave Yeager's name came up.
Okay.
As well. Yeah. Which by God, if they could get, it's not going to happen.
Right.
To be clear, I would love Dave Yeager as an assistant on this team.
Well, me too. I think I personally like is when a coach is comfortable enough to have a staff or there's people on the staff that you go, that could replace me. That's the person. But I think if you're comfortable enough in your own skin and in your abilities to be the head coach. Look, Jordy Fernandez was pretty well thought of and didn't take long to get a job, but he's a guy that could have been here and replaced Mike Brown. So Mike Brown was like, yeah, that could be a next head coach, but I'm the head coach. And then someday he'll be the head coach, maybe here, maybe somewhere else, and end up being Brooklyn. So I think when you have, like, Doc Rivers has Dave Yeager,
yes,
has Darvin Ham, like those are two guys that have been head coaches and could be the head coach next. So I think that's also just more people that have been in the position. JJ Redick,
Yes.
Scott Brooks, and Nate McMillan. Look, there's other people on the staff too that are working their way up through their coaching career. But I think when you've got more people that have been in that chair, that's helpful. And for Doug last year, really the only one other that had been a head coach in the NBA was Jay Triano.
Right.
But Jay was hired by Mike Brown. So now Doug's going to have his guys.
Now, when it comes to Bobby Jackson, and we talked about this a little bit earlier, premature reports that that's a done deal. It's not a done deal. It's not a done deal. I
was he looking for socks in the deal?
Out of toilet paper and didn't buy socks. If you know, you know. Yeah. With Bobby, I think it will happen. It sounds like it's going to happen, but just for clarity's sake, obviously there's, I'm sure, mutual interest, but there's a whole process that has to happen. They've got to talk to Philly. He's an active member of the Philly coaching staff. They've got to get permission from Philly. Generally, that's not going to get blocked.
Mm-hmm.
Then they have to negotiate a deal. This has not happened yet. They have not, at least as of yesterday afternoon, they hadn't even asked Philly. So is that going to happen? Could it have already happened last night or this morning? Have they accelerated it? Sure, maybe. I want to leave wiggle room here, but I'm just saying it's not imminent. And from what I've heard, Bobby himself was a little bit surprised.
Yeah.
And his kids were a little surprised reading that he had accepted a job. I mean, there's families and all this stuff to think about. Yeah. And so anyways, stay tuned on that one.
Yeah. And we also, I mean, look, Bobby has made this a home. He always had, even if he's been in Minnesota, he's been in other spots, certainly Philly here lately. But that wouldn't surprise me if that materialized. And what do you think in big picture, Doug, as basically a first-time head coach, what do you think he needs from this group? Experience?
Just the collective experience. He needs the Tex Winter to Phil Jackson's Phil Jackson. He needs the Pete Carrill to Rick Adelman. He very much needs experienced head coaches on his bench that not just that can be ready to take over, and that's from an organizational standpoint, but also we talked about it the other day, Jason. You know, we talk about rookies all the time and rookie mistakes. We even talk about rookie owners and rookie owner mistakes. I'm sure we could have a conversation about rookie GMs and how they've got to feel their way out around the league with connections, but we almost never talk about rookie coaches. And why do we not give them the same grace that we would give a top 10 lottery pick coming in? And you can see the talent, you can see that there's something there, but every once in a while they're going to do something silly and stupid that comes with inexperience. One way to help combat that from a coaching standpoint, again, in my opinion, is you got to put that experience around him. You got to have somebody who's been there from a coaching standpoint that can say, hey, here's what I might do with these guys, or that we need to have a team meeting. We need to have a players only meeting, and stuff like that.
This worked with us back in 2016 on this team. And I think as we've seen the head coaching position evolve, much like the sport has, I feel like the head coach of a team now is much more it's the front facing person of kind of that talks the most about the team, to the media, to the public. That person sets the tone of how you want the team to kind of have that identity.
That's right.
But it doesn't always have to be guys that have worked their way up and they've done like from film room to coaching to scouting to all that. Sometimes are the coaches that still have all the X's and O's. Like I don't think a head coach has to be draw up the winning play. They can, but sometimes it's someone else that's their specialty, or design the winning defense. They can. Mm-hmm. I think it's as much of kind of reading the room, reading the team, reading ownership, reading general manager, reading the fans, reading the players. I mean, there's a lot of not negotiating, massaging egos to hey, I got to appease this person but not give in and be tough and be kind, and we already know that Doug is going to be more so from a positive vibe, but we've seen Doug get after people. We know he will, and his intensity and his competitiveness. So I think he'll excel at all that. It's just back to what kind of their identity, what are they running, what is their basic principles, and do they have the personnel to do it?
I think it helps if you step back and look at the modern day coach, and there are some coaches that are different. Look, there's some coaches that are just they're policy wonks. They're X and O guys. They're nerds in the best type of way.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the modern day successful head coach in the NBA is very much a CEO of the team, and modeling it after an accepted practice, which is, let's look at NFL head coaches. You have an NFL head coach, and, well, let me ask you this, Jason. Who is the defensive head coach for the Milwaukee Bucks?
The defensive one?
Yeah. Who's in charge of the defense for Milwaukee?
I don't know, and my guess would be it's either Ham or Yeager, but I don't know.
I don't either. Who's the defensive coordinator for the Niners now?
Robert Saleh.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'll bet you could name, and I could name another 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 defensive coordinators or offensive coordinators.
Right.
It's a very accepted practice in the NFL.
Yeah.
The modern day NBA, your coach is the CEO. Your coach is the guy that ultimately takes in the advice, makes the decision. Guys, when you see, you know this better than anyone, Jason, when you see a team call a timeout, okay, 95 times out of 100, the players go to the bench. Everybody goes over to them, the ball boys or whoever, and gives them the water. They're kind of talking to each other for the first part of the timeout. Where does the coach go? Coach goes out to the free throw line or right around there with his assistants and a couple of clipboards, and they're discussing amongst themselves, what are we seeing? What's the game plan? What do we want to do here? Then they get their act together. They go back to the bench, and then they execute what they want to get in unison out to the players. And that's the CEO taking input from his offensive coordinator, his defensive coordinator, the other guys, and then boom, you go back in any coaching structure. Let's switch to boxing now real quick. In boxing, you usually have 3 guys in the corner, give or take, and a cut man. Cut man's doing his thing. He's patching up the blood and all that while the boxer's on his chair. You have the trainer that comes in and he says the stuff and then looks to his first and second assistants to give their point of view very briefly, but they have a voice in that whole thing. Coaching structures, whether it's the NFL, NBA, boxing, whatever it may be, they have to have those lines of demarcation, and they have to have that organization. So for Doug, it's like, yeah, he doesn't have to be the X and O guy. Not that he can't be, but he doesn't have to be. But he has to have an X and O guy. Dave Yeager, we brought up Dave Yeager earlier, but great example of an X and O guy who also was a head coach. Steve Kerr, he can do X's and O's, but Steve Kerr also has, when he had Mike Brown as his defensive guy, he's had several, Kenny Atkinson, many others that are now coaching as his offensive guys.
Yeah, he had Alvin Gentry.
He that's how you break it down. Popovich had the same thing as well. So that's what I'm hoping they're building around Doug. And obviously he's got to have the main input there. You also have to have guys that you get along with that respect you and that aren't gunning for your jobs.
Right.
Which
he was
going
in the same direction.
That's not what he had towards the end of last year. It was all over the place. We'll take a break. Speaking of the Kings adding things above players, they get an assistant general manager yesterday, multi-time champion BJ Armstrong, also a podcaster, much like his boss Scott Perry, and we did it earlier. We'll replay a clip of him towards the end of the year assessing his Sacramento Kings. We'll do that next.
The Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter, right to your email. Get your latest on the Sacramento Kings, UC Davis, and Sac State with the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit sacktownsports.com to join.
You heard the news. Newsmax just went public on the New York Stock Exchange and listed on the big board. Millions of Americans like you are joining our news revolution. Reuters Institute says Newsmax is one of the top 12 news brands in America. Even President Trump says it's terrific. 40 million Americans go to Newsmax, and its audience grew 50% since the same time last year. Millions really are making the switch to Newsmax. If you want to be a Newsmax share owner, call your advisor or get more info at newsmaxinvest.com. Stand with Newsmax today for a strong America. This communication is for informational purposes only and shall not be intended to or shall not constitute any offer to buy or sell securities, nor shall there be any sale of securities in any jurisdiction in which such offer, solicitation, or sale would be unlawful.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
So Chris was telling us earlier, I just saw the hype video they released. Utah now has an NHL team, and they are going to be called the Utah Mammoth.
Okay.
The Mammoth.
Better than Kraken.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Why? I mean, I'm asking you.
A dumb octopus.
Bro, Kraken rising out of the ocean, huge, destroys everything in its path. Hey, how about this? Let me put it this way. Kraken versus Mammoth. Kraken TKO first round.
Mammoth, easy.
No, how?
Because Krakens don't exist.
Oh, neither do Mammoths.
Yeah, they do.
They do? Where?
There's skeletons of them all over
That's
the
not
place.
existing. They're all
cloning
dead.
them right now.
Huh?
They're cloning them right now.
Please.
Please.
Also, am I alone on an island here, as I often am, but can we denormalize team names that don't end in X or S? I'm not a big fan of the Heat, Kraken,
Jazz,
Mammoth. I know there's others. Like, come on, man. Giants, Jets, Kings, Mets.
I'm just thinking now, none of the Utah teams end with an S.
No, there's Jazz, there's Mammoth.
The Buzz.
What the hell are the Buzz?
Baseball.
Minor League Baseball.
Yeah, I mean, right, that's dumb.
Sporting Real.
Yeah, that's dumb. What was you said? I think it's Valkyries.
Oh, okay.
I think.
There you go.
Or no, Real. What is Salt Lake's?
Real Salt Lake.
Oh,
the Bobcats. I have no idea.
I think it's Real Salt Lake.
I think it's just Real Salt Lake. I don't think they're the anythings.
Republic? That doesn't.
That's different.
I feel like soccer gets a bye. I have to admit that. Yeah. They're the Terriers. But soccer's different.
Oh, okay.
I just don't come on, man. I'm a Heat. I'm a Jazz. I'm a Mammoth. I mean, that sounds kind of cool, but I want to be, because it's always weird to talk about and the Mammoth got a 3-1 victory for the Mammoth. 2-1 win for Mammoth.
So you're not a fan of the Syracuse Orange or the Stanford Cardinal?
Fighting Irish.
I mean, Fighting Irishes sounds weird. So I guess it is Fighting Irish. The Fighting Illini. Oh, wait, are they not that anymore? Didn't Illinois change it from that? I thought that was.
It ends with an S.
What, Illini?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. Illinois.
Like Illinois.
No. I'm not a fan of Fighting Irish is weird too. How come Fighting Irish? How come nobody's complained about that one? Honestly, I'm just asking. Isn't that?
Oh, there've been people.
Isn't that a stereotype?
People complain about
We're
it.
the big drunk Irish people. We like to fight.
It's not about drunk Irish people.
What's it about?
It's it was like a World War I or World War II battalion or whatever.
Fighters.
Wait, Notre Dame's named after a World War II battalion?
It might be one.
Okay. One?
I know it might be the Spanish Civil War.
Some war.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm a Jazz. And then it's always, what's this phrase where I always don't know whether the Miami Heat, there's you have to switch English too. It sounds weird. A descriptor or something. I can't think of the phrase. It's just weird. White Sox, Red Sox, Cubs, Rays. What?
What's wrong with Cubs and Rays?
No. I'm saying those are all great. Yankees. Oh. All except an X, because really, what is a Red Sox? SOX is really a way of saying SOCKS, which is also Spanish.
If you had to be a Heat or a Magic, what would you be?
Yeah, Magic. That's another one. I'm a Magic. That'd be probably a
Magic.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're talking about yourself, it will be singular. No one says I'm a Kings.
I play for the Heats.
Yeah, I'm a King. I'm a Laker.
I'm a King, but I play for the
Celtic.
Kings. the Kings.
I'm a Yankee. I'm a Giant. I'm a Niner.
By the way, why again? While Utah's going in changing names, can we please, for the love of God, can maybe we get like a future second from New Orleans to the Jazz in exchange for that name?
New Orleans Jazz, Utah Pelicans.
Better than Jazz. I'm sure you could come up with 50 names for Utah that's better than the Jazz. There's no, it's like the California
Raisins.
I don't.
Maybe they get. Who else could get Pelicans?
No,
Could be a Southern team.
I'm not gonna lie.
Charlotte,
I
and
think,
then they become Utah Hornets.
Not gonna lie. I think Pelicans is kind of stupid. I know that it's the state bird. I hear that, but come on, Pelicans. Like what? We're gonna put you in our mouth.
Have you seen a pelican's mouth?
Yeah, it's the big.
Oh no,
basket.
like it's got like thousands of teeth.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
I mean, are you intimidated?
You don't mess with.
You big intimidated by a pelican?
What would your reaction be if a pelican flew?
I
right
would
next
freak
to you?
out, but I would
versus
also
100 Pelicans.
Yeah, I'm losing, but also I'd be the same thing if a mouse came around. I'm not a big fan of loose animals that aren't dogs.
Loose animals.
Yeah, I don't want a snake.
So you're cool with loose dogs?
Yeah, as long as they're not mean.
Well,
if it's a nice
you're
dog,
assuming the loose animal is mean. You're assuming that pelican's not a sweet pelican.
Here's the thing about nature, man. This is what I've encountered. 99% of the time, if it's a wild animal, it's not nice. At best, it's afraid of you.
Are you not talking to it properly?
I try. I
introduced yourself.
Like remember that video I showed you?
Fed the
I fed the
deer.
deer. That's exactly what I was going to say. I fed the deer.
Doritos,
But let me tell you something, dude. No, it was tortilla. Yeah, maybe it was. Here's the thing, though. Don't think like I didn't. Like I'm feeding the little deer out of my hand. Don't think I don't have a switchblade behind my back with my left hand ready in case the deer turns on me. Like
you were losing.
A rabid deer, not a fan. Raccoons,
friendly, cute deer,
fan. Cute raccoon and its family, awesome. Raccoon the other day standing between me and the car, I had to throw a flipping tortilla. Yeah. Why am I always feeding wild animals tortillas?
Not a good sign.
I don't know.
How about an opossum?
Yeah, no thank you. And don't come to me with the possum eats the bugs and they're friendly and they actually dude, possums just look weird and I don't like them.
They're cute.
No, they're not.
Yeah,
dude.
they are.
Have you ever looked at their faces?
Yeah.
It's like a rat on
like
roll.
the mom possum with all the little baby possums.
They're like rats on PEDs.
Just look closer. They're playing possum.
Nature versus nurture, Lodge. Nature always wins.
Today's poll, and go ahead and throw that on the YouTube chat.
I know I'm shamelessly pumping the poll here.
What about a fish?
In what context?
I don't know.
Like
they're wild.
I enjoy fishing.
Okay.
I don't like touching the fish.
Okay.
Trout, fine. I can do that with a glove and some pliers. Catfish, other things you pull out. No, I'm not a fan, dude.
Okay.
When I went salmon fishing, awesome. But you got to hit it on the head with a bat. I'm good. And its eye goes from like anger eye to dead eye right in front of you. That made me feel weird.
Want it to suffocate?
No, I'm saying I'm not hitting. I don't know what I'd do. I'd figure it out.
Back?
Yeah, probably. I'm just,
release?
I don't like, and the fish are all squirmy and weird, and they're looking at you with that huge eye. Like, what
if a team's name was Fish?
What, like the Miami
Philadelphia
Marlins?
Fish.
Just fish? That would actually be kind of funny. Miami Marlins.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay Rays. That's kind of, is a Ray a fish? Also a singer.
No longer devil.
Yeah, what's with that? Anyways, BJ Armstrong. And remember this.
These are the kind of things we can ask TJ McFarland, I think.
Coming up at 9.
Yeah.
Anytime you're in a river, anytime you're in an ocean swimming, it's a road game. You're on the road, dude.
Yeah, but can you take home court?
No. Oh, no.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, no.
Pull it out.
The fish?
What?
Yeah. Pull the fish out of the water.
Yeah, you're catching them. You win.
I love the ocean, dude. I love the ocean. And sometimes I'll put my feet in it. But
you like the beach.
I like the beach with the ocean in front of me. Because here's the thing. You step in the ocean. That happened to me in Mexico a few years ago. I stepped on a freaking jellyfish and got stung. And it sucked badly. Really badly. So bad that I would have 100% let the entire hotel pee on my foot with no problem. That's if I knew it would help, that's what I would have.
Someone paid extra for that.
Yeah. But you go into the ocean, dude. Just know, like, the ocean is like the world's swimming pool, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're in the same body of water as a bunch of stuff, man.
Right. Well, compete with them.
No, there's no competing.
When in Rome.
There's no competing with anything in the ocean. It's a road game. All I gotta do, you have no chance, man, unless you got like an ocean, like a machine gun, like that would work. That's what I'm saying.
That's the only way you can kill something.
You're screwed in the ocean. Sharks, octopi.
What are they doing to you?
Octopi pulling you down, wrapping their tentacles around you.
It's happened all the time.
Bryce wants to know if oh no, that's the book my guy wrote. Never mind, Bryce and the Blood Ninjas. Can we talk about what Bobby, Darius, and Mike bring to the coaching staff? No. We're talking about fish. Here's BJ Armstrong, the new assistant general manager for
assistant to the general manager.
Assistant. He's the assistant to the. Do we have to go? I can't play this. Can I not play it?
When we come back.
All right. When we come back, we'll play BJ Armstrong on a podcast talking about the Sacramento Kings. We played that for you earlier. And how it makes you feel as a Kings fan. It made me feel tingly and good. We'll see if you agree. Also, the Warriors winning game 1 as well. We'll be right back after this.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Water. It's more than just a word. It's morning routines, backyard memories, and everything in between. At Roseville Environmental Utilities, we're not just managing water, we're protecting it. Smart planning, conservation, innovation. We make every drop count for today and tomorrow. Let's keep the promise together. Find out how you can help at roseville.ca.us/water promise. Roseville Environmental Utilities. Water. It's not just a word, it's our promise.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopiers.com.
Hagen Oaks wants to be your go-to total golf game fitter. Try the TrackMan experience, the very best technology to fit your metalwoods and irons. The new cutting-edge putter fitting studio with its $30,000 worth of technology is ready for your fitting. Hagen Oaks will help you find the best putter for your game. Hagen Oaks offers more technology, more choices, and more service. Schedule your fitting at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio by calling 916-808-2531, 808-2531 for more.
Sacramento's premier music festival, Country in the Park, is only a few weeks away with Bailey Zimmerman. Plus Billy Currington, Nate Smith, Ernest, and more. Friday and Saturday, May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo. Don't miss pop-up stores, food trucks, line dancing, and more. Country in the Park, celebrating 25 years, May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Goldfield Trading Post, Java City, and Elemental Wine. Get tickets and more at CITPFest.com.
Carmichael Dave here for my good friends at American Energy. As a native Sacramentan, I can tell you, not that you need to know, that it might be nice right now, but turn the corner and oh my God, it's so hot. Yeah, you know, summer is coming. And my friends at American Energy want to make sure you are dialed with your AC unit. So how about this? Half off tune-up right now. It's a special going on, just $24.50. to get your air conditioner tuned up, a free diagnostic. And oh, by the way, if you need a new AC unit, up to $3,500 in rebates on qualifying system installations. That's right. They've been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. Give them a call, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Here's the song.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sep Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is. Live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sep Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sep's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Carmichael Dave. He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. All right, BJ Armstrong. We'll get right to this. Because Jason wanted to talk about fish in the last segment for some reason.
My bad.
Here's BJ Armstrong on a podcast with a guy I don't know. Mo Moonsey is his name. That's kind of a cool name. Mo Moonsey. Mo Moonsey.
Better than Les Moonsey.
That's a good point right there. He has a British accent, and so that's the guy that's not BJ Armstrong, for those of you who can't see the video. Here they are talking about the Sacramento Kings that BJ Armstrong is now the assistant GM for.
But what direction should the Kings go in here?
They're kind of in a tough situation right now, and here's why. They've made these trades. They picked up DeRozan in a free agency. Then they make the trade for Zach LaVine. Then they move off of De'Aaron Fox. Malik Monk gets hurt, right? He gets hurt, correct? Yeah. So they're kind of in this odd scenario where 2 or 3 out of their top 4 players. I don't know what happened to Keegan Murray. Like, he's just kind of, I don't know what happened. He had a terrific rookie season, and then all of a sudden they get rid of Harrison Barnes, and then suddenly they fire their coach, and now they're in this, I don't know where they're at. It's kind of like they have a combination of players, but they don't seem to fit, right? Sabonis was hurt, then he comes back. De'Aaron Fox is out.
They trade for Valanciunas as well.
Trade for Valanciunas. So they have this mixture of players, but it doesn't look like a team. It just looked like a collection of like really talented players.
They've got great assets. That's the word that people use now. But like Keegan Murray, he shot 41% as a rookie from 3. This season he's shooting 34%. He's continuing downwards.
Yeah,
I feel like the offense with a De'Aaron Fox is easier for a player like Keegan Murray to fit into compared to when the offense is a guy like DeRozan or LaVine.
Yeah, it's again. And then I don't know. I'm just looking at their collection of players. What's their identity, or what's the identity of this team? Are they a defensive team? Are they a fast break or 5-out team? Are they big?
That's what
are they small? I don't know. So we'll see. I guess we'll find out something after the after the season's over with, and then
in 8 minutes time.
Yeah, we'll begin to see what's going on here, because
okay. So we played that earlier for the early listeners, but I am curious as to how you all took that, because I don't want to influence anyone here. I mean, whatever, think for yourself, and I'll think for myself and all that fun stuff. But I love what he said. I love 90. I didn't like the Keegan stuff. I didn't think that was particularly accurate, but the idea that this is a mishmash of talent that does not fit is a hell of a lot better than hearing somebody say, I think they're close. Now, I'd love to get access to BJ Armstrong and see what he's saying now.
Yeah.
But I hope to God he doesn't walk it back, because I think that's the exact right point about this team.
Well, and I think the other thing like we learned and saw from the last time we played something like this, which was Scott Perry talking about Zach LaVine in not the most flattering of ways. I think what that does, or what you can let it do, is it opens up an immediate communication of lines of communication between those two. Now, it doesn't mean it can always go well, but I think Scott Perry had his opportunity then to talk to Zach and maybe explain why he said what he said. And he very publicly in front of everybody else in the media said, look, now it is my job to find ways to make the team around Zach LaVine all work together.
Right.
Like he has been that player that he described. And I don't think he was wrong either, that he could score, he's gifted, but he's got to be a winning player.
Right.
I think that's the whole goal for every player you ever add. Like, look, I don't necessarily care about the stats unless you're a winning player. So be a winning player. If stats come with it, then they come with it. So that's going to be on Zach LaVine to figure out a way. That's going to be on Scott Perry. Now BJ Armstrong is like, yeah, that looks like a little bit of a weird roster. Yeah, I think that's a fact. It's not broken. It's not polished. It's not one step away, but can you fast track it a little bit in the most logical way that, you know, hey, they're not one piece from it, but does one move make a big difference though?
When you say the roster is not broken, if I were to say I think it is broken, what would your pushback be?
Okay, maybe I didn't.
I picked up on that.
Yeah, maybe my phrasing wasn't right.
Okay.
Well, I guess broken might be. Look,
there's talent. There's pieces
like,
there.
There's nothing, and they'll be lucky to win 20 games because there's just lack of talent. That's totally not the case. But the fit isn't there.
That's
maybe
right.
So if it's a puzzle, the puzzle's broken or not matching, right?
Yeah, I actually think that's a really good way to put it. It's like having puzzle pieces from two different puzzles.
Yeah, they're missing some things. They're missing pieces.
And some of those could be, to further the analogy, connector pieces, if you will. They just, and one of the big reasons why I was so happy to hear that is what we've been screaming for months. And this is what happens when when either people not qualified, whether that's the GM or whoever else, when they're not good at their job and they're making those decisions, or non-basketball people are making those decisions. And we use that to compare it to Phoenix, for example, or Joe Tsai's early Brooklyn Nets, or the three comparisons we did. You know, you look at talent, you just think that adding talent is what's going to work. We're adding talent.
They'll figure it out.
They'll figure it out.
Right.
Well, no, they won't.
Yeah.
Not always. Generally, they will not, because you have to have complementary pieces. We've tried to use 700 different analogies to break it down, and I understand that 98% of the audience gets it. But again, it's filet mignon and creme brulee and truffles and whatever great, think of 4 amazing foods that you enjoy and that are top quality, but if you put them all in a blender and hit on and drink it, it's disgusting.
Right.
That's what the Kings are. They're a ribeye here and a creme brulee there, and some Jello pudding there, and an Oreo here, and a truffle there, and some brie cheese. Not a great combo, man, but individually,
that cheese is good. That creme brulee is good. Yeah,
right, 100%. And that's why, look, we got a piece of brie, killing it for the Warriors over the last 2 games. We got a filet mignon that is up 2-0 on Cleveland because of his heroics. Yeah. But together, along with De'Aaron Fox, who I assure you, I absolutely assure you, he's the super expensive truffles. you think this is bad? Again, wait till Fox is killing it. The Spurs are challenging for a title, and he's a big part of that. It's coming. But together they didn't work. And so the idea is, okay, I got a filet mignon and I have creme brulee. I need to give somebody the creme brulee that needs it for their dish because they're serving dessert.
Mm-hmm.
What I need to grab from them is a nice bunch of asparagus. Now I'm really getting crazy here, and I get it. I'm totally going overboard. Is the asparagus, by the way, as quality an ingredient, for example, as the truffle, which is $300 an ounce? No, it's not as expensive. And in a vacuum, it's not the same. It's not the same quality of an ingredient, but it goes better with that dish.
Yeah,
that's what Scott Perry's job is. As we'll always use food analogies, or I will. You got a bunch of ingredients, some of them more quality than others, but they do not belong on the same plate together.
Yeah, and I think organizations, if we keep that analogy up, if you just added all good foods,
yes,
it might suffice, it might work. But then if you get maybe something that would be perceived as less of a food,
that's right,
like the asparagus,
yes.
You go, yeah, but a good asparagus with this will pair perfectly.
Supports that.
But a bad piece of asparagus,
that's right,
that's kind of ruined the plate too. So it's not easy.
Nothing ruins a plate like some bad asparagus.
Yeah.
Plus, then your piece
afterwards. Yeah,
it's not great. We'll take a break. When we come back, who's hot, who's not? We'll go streaking next.
Live and local
with everything 49ers.
Intercepted by Fred Warner. Dives for the end zone. Touchdown! San Francisco! Lob ball. George went up and caught the ball. Touchdown!
The 49ers play on Sacktown Sports 1140.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Well, the A's call-up of last year's first-round pick and fourth selection overall in the draft, Nick Kurtz, is not surprising, but his rise through the A's minor league system is pretty astounding. Kurtz has played in only 32 minor league games, but the numbers are eye-popping. A .336 average, 11 home runs, and 37 RBIs.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. It's how retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing must-visit shops. And it's how healthcare offices become data-managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business.
Alan Stiles here with your Sacktown Sports Injury Update, brought to you by Downtown LA Law Group. Right-handed pitcher JT Ginn, out with that right elbow inflammation, started a throwing program last week, and his expected return is TBD. Zach Geloff, still out with that fractured right hand, began a rehab assignment with AAA Las Vegas last week, leading off at designated hitter and going 0 for 2 with the walk. His expected return is early May. This injury report was brought to you by Downtown LA Law Group. Hey, I'm Alan Stiles. Have an injury? Call Downtown. Downtown LA Law Group, an injury law firm, has many happy clients in Sacramento and the surrounding areas who have called Downtown. Get paid for your injuries from slip and falls or auto accidents. One of their most recent settlements was $1.5 million for a motorcycle accident. Have you had an auto accident? Call Downtown. Text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222 and visit them at calldowntown.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer? Can we sleep cooler? Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number Everything Smart Bed sale. Every smart bed and base are on sale during our Memorial Day event. Up to 50% off, plus free home delivery. Limited time. Exclusively to Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
Find mom's best gift at Target. Now through Mother's Day, get up to 40% off gifts for her. Discover trendy apparel and swimwear that'll elevate any wardrobe. Jewelry that'll make her smile shine brighter, and even chocolate that'll turn any moment into something sweeter. There are endless options to choose from to show her she's the best. Hurry! Save 20 to 40% on select apparel, jewelry, chocolates, and more this Mother's Day only at Target. Restrictions apply.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Do you still have that fridge in your office?
It is down the way.
But it still exists?
Yeah.
Am I assuming it's mostly empty or?
Yeah, I think
There's stuff in there.
Yeah.
Is it still a meal stuff?
There might be some meal stuff.
Jason and I were just talking during the break. And, we're talking about food. You can tell, by the way, you guys can tell as listeners, if more I start making food analogies, that means I'm hungry. And you and I were just talking about like cheese spreads, crackers and all that.
You forgot it.
You did.
Oh, no, I didn't. I'm glad. I know exactly what you're talking about. You're talking about the Cheese Whiz. So check it out, because Cheese Whiz, you don't have to put it in the fridge. So as soon as I got home yesterday, right, I went right into the cabinet to grab the Cheese Whiz, and then there's a little place by my front door. For those of you who didn't tune in yesterday or missed it, Chris has never tried Cheese Whiz. We had cheesesteaks the other night. Chris has never tried Cheese Whiz, so I was going to bring it in today with some crackers and just let him give it a shot. So I went to go put the Cheese Whiz. Sometimes when I need to remember something for the show the next day, I'll put it right on this little shelf by the door that I grab my keys and everything off of. So that way I know I won't forget it. Well, turns out my wife had basketball when we did cheesesteaks, and she came home late. She finished off the damn Cheese Whiz. I looked around for a while, and then finally I called her. I said, "Where's the damn whiz?" And she said, "Yeah, I finished the rest of it."
Oof, gone.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So
Burger.
burger. So I'm gonna make a Walmart order and get some more Cheese Whiz. We'll solve that. But we should have a nice spread of cheese.
We should have a Cheese Whiz.
We should have a charcuterie board.
Cheese bar.
Can you imagine if there's just cheeses here during the break?
And fruit and cheese.
Just
and
maybe
meats.
a thing of grapes.
Yeah. Perfect.
Some strawberries.
Just on a little cutting board there.
Little cutting board there. Yeah. Oh, hey, I'm going to try that. Good.
Yeah.
I'll even put up with that little stupid cheese ball with the nuts on the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't like it.
All right.
And I also don't like it with the little Tupperware thing that has the cheese spread in it.
Maybe Friday I'll bring it in.
Yeah. Yeah. Who's hot?
The Indiana Pacers. In the playoffs, they have shot 50.4% from the field, 41.6% from three, and 83.3% from the free throw line. They are the first team in NBA history to reach those three percentages through their first 6 games of a single postseason.
We get it. We traded Tyrese, okay? Everyone calm down. By the way, on the text line, 916-339-1140, our angry listener who's been texting for a while about this. Dave, please, I'm turning into angry listener again. I just want to hear your thoughts on if you think Sabonis is a franchise player. You can be objective and honest. I think what assets you could get for him are worth considering. I'm just going to answer that question with a question. When you want to hear somebody's take on something, don't splash the pot. Okay, so what he wants to hear
is that
he's not a franchise player, and he wants us to talk about the assets we could be getting for him. So I already know going into this what answer he's looking for.
Right.
That's not how you ask the question.
You crack the code.
No, just simply say, do you think Sabonis is a franchise player?
There
Okay.
you go.
No,
There you
I
answer
won't.
it.
And the answer is no, I do not. But I think he can be part of a successful franchise.
Yeah.
But I do not think he's a franchise player. All right, who's not?
Home teams in the second series of the playoffs.
Why do you say that?
Well, Sunday they lost 2 games. Monday they lost 2 games too. Yesterday they lost 2 games. They have not won a game in this round of the playoffs.
I wonder. I told you we need a ref on file we could call with.
Yeah.
We also need a betting guy. I would love.
Oh, I got a guy.
What would
How about your friend?
Well, no, not that
he
kind
just
of betting.
bets.
Yeah, I'm talking about somebody who understands lines
Trends,
and stuff. Yeah, because I would like to know if you put $100 down on all 4 game ones going to the road team, including OKC, including Boston, including Cleveland, and then just throw in Minnesota Golden State. I gotta think you're winning somewhere around $4 or $5 grand on that. The odds had to be massive. It's never happened before.
It's probably greater than that.
And
but if you're going game by game and not a parlay.
No, I'm talking about a parlay.
Oh, a parlay?
I'm talking about a parlay.
That's way more.
I'm
4-game parlay.
Yeah,
that would be way more. At $100.
Yeah. Well, I said at least $5 grand.
So you're right.
No.
Let's go streaking, please.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing?
We're streaking!
All right, Dave had the long streak broken. You're at 0. I was at 3. Chris is at 3 going into yesterday. We found out earlier today you selected Aaron Judge.
I did?
Yeah,
I did.
Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge.
Do you have any
Do I have any highlights of Aaron Judge and what he did yesterday? Let me see if I can find it. Oh my goodness. I found it.
Here's a 2-2. Driven out to right field and deep. Tatis back. He's on the track. He leaps. See ya. A home run. Judge with his 12th of the year. It's 2.
Oops, sorry, Michael K. Michael K on the call. Looks like my streak is at 1, Jason Ross.
Yes, 1 for 3. Knocked in a run with that home run. Just only 1 RBI in the day. His solo shot. So you're at 1. I was at 3 trying to get to 4 for the first time this year. I took Jackson Holiday. The Orioles got 1 run on 3 hits. Jackson Holiday batting 6th, got up 4 times, and Chris?
Wow! Wow! Amazing.
Thank you, Jackson. So I'm at 4. Chris was at 3 trying to get to 4. He took from the Seattle Mariners, from the enemy that's in town.
Yeah.
Miles Mastrobuoni.
Went solo on that one.
It did go for him. And
solo shot?
He got up 4 times.
Wow.
And he doubled the pleasure. He had 2 hits.
Wow.
For an RBI.
Good job, Master Antonio.
Yeah. So Chris and I are at 4. You're at 1.
I mean, a lot of people don't realize that when you get the first one, like really early, it's tough to get that second one back in.
Yeah, that is true. It is tough.
I think he ran that one out.
I think he 100% did. He had a glass of milk in between. Reload. All right.
So you can pick anybody but Aaron Judge.
You know what, Jason? I call this show sacrifice here. I just don't feel right. I know you're going to do it. I'm going to hop on your back. Sorry about your chiropractor you're going to need from carrying me. I do think that when we have an A's player on, I think it should become a tradition that we allow that A's player to pick.
So we're going to ask TJ?
I think TJ McFarland's going to decide who we're streaking
for you and for me?
Yep, I'm going to go with it. Absolutely.
I'm taking Aaron Judge.
Yeah. All right.
Are we taking 2 separate? We can maybe take suggestions.
But then
he's taking the same one.
Yeah, I feel like we should take it because I don't want to make him pick.
Okay, and I'm going to be at the game, so I'm going to be watching and rooting him.
All kinds of connections there. And by the way, every single time.
Watching and rooting.
Every single time an A's player has picked somebody for us to streak with, they've gotten a hit.
Correct.
So here we go.
Yeah.
TJ McFarland, if you're okay right now in the standings, I think they're going to do a lot better. Athletics. He will join us. Don't go away. Especially you ding-dongs on that. There's like 2 guys on the more A's talk. Well, we're giving it to you.
Yeah, coming a real person.
Yeah, coming up next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
O'Reilly.
Get the full exterior car care experience with the Pro X1 Car Care Collection Wash Kit. Only at O'Reilly Auto Parts. The kit includes all-wheel tire and cleaner, glass cleaner, snow foam car wash, and a microfiber wash mitt. Get the essentials in one box for just $19.99. Choose Pro X1 exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
It's what you wait for all week. The three-pointers, the rebounds, the thrill of every shot. Win or lose, it's the hope that keeps you coming back. The dream that this time, it might be your year. And so you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when the pressure's on, your support is everything. And that's why the NBA store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers. T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it. Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/55 to learn more. With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 new lines with autopay for well-qualified customers plus taxes, fees, and $35 per line connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear. Call me Papa Bear because I'm grilling up dinner. Did you get it?
Yes, good job.
So what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship is back for another thrilling season at Monterey's iconic WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca, May 9th through the 11th. Only in Monterey can you experience a high-octane mix of international drivers, cutting-edge prototypes, and GT sports cars racing wheel to wheel. There'll be gourmet food, wine, craft beers, family entertainment, and exclusive fan engagement with the drivers in the open race paddock. Buy your tickets now and experience world-class motorsports. Visit WeatherTechRaceway.com.
I'm the threat that's already inside the house. In the closet, under the bed, in the car. But I don't want your money or your TV. I can't be scared away or negotiated with. I'm patient and quiet. I don't sleep. You can't call the cops on me. You can't even see me. I'm the threat of family fire. And as long as your guns aren't stored securely, I'll be there. Protect your family. Secure all your guns. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Yep. Welcome back. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, Christopher Law, TJ McFarland, pitcher for your A's. Going to join us here momentarily.
TJ rocks.
TJ rocks.
I'm just looking for, TJ's a fun guy.
You finding some fun stuff?
No, I don't know of it. I'm just looking at a list of some things. Some of these are going to make me think. Would you rather sound like a barking dog every time you laugh or a car honking every time you cry?
Yay.
Would you rather have spaghetti for hair or pancakes for hands?
Spaghetti for hair.
Would you rather,
of course, Jason.
Would you rather have the option of having pizza for every meal or ice cream for every meal?
Ice cream.
Pizza.
Would you rather be able to talk to animals or speak every language in the world?
Speak every language.
Animals.
Yeah, I'd say animals too.
I'm scared. I'm hungry. I'm scared.
I mean,
maybe we'd be disappointed in that communication.
What? Would you rather only be able to watch your favorite sport live, but never on TV, or only on TV but never live?
Live.
Okay, but here's the thing. But that means if you're not there, you don't see it.
Right.
Oh, really?
Yeah. How does that work?
So you have to be there. Oh, the Super Bowl is going on. Sorry, you can't watch it.
I got to go.
Unless the Masters. Good luck.
Wait, is it just with your team or is it every sport?
Yeah.
That's a great question. That's a great. We may have to add that in at some point. All right. Well, we can see TJ loading. TJ's in the bullpen right now.
He's warming up.
There is a connection, but unless TJ looks like a slow-moving clockwise circle, and if you're wondering why are we talking about this, because we're vamping until we see TJ. What's the difference between chicken fried steak and country fried steak? Great question. We'll try to reconnect. They're going to try to reconnect right now, so we'll see. And worst case scenario. Oh, there we go. I see him now.
Oh, there he is.
Look at that.
Yeah.
There he is. Yeah, we're good. Bringing him in right now. Pitcher for your Oakland A's.
Not Oakland.
God, David. And I'm a native. Your pitcher for the former Oakland A's.
He was an Oakland A.
He was an Oakland A, now Athletics.
Can't say that.
I just literally after the show, I'm getting fired. It's TJ McFarland. TJ, it's Dave. I'm the dumb one. Jason, he's the smart one. Good morning. We got you, TJ? Oh, we froze. It looks like
Dave, Jason, how you guys doing? Thanks for having me on.
There we go. There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Hello.
Can we? You got and he's out. Okay, but can I just say this? So far, good start.
Yeah.
Not technically. Internet-wise, a struggle. But I thought the very first response, hey, guys, how are you doing? We're off to a good start.
Right.
We're fast friends. He's going to try to reconnect.
I sent a message to see if we can try the phone if that's going to be the case. Yeah, because I think we definitely had a delay there, right?
There was definitely a delay. All right, we're going to try. Oh, look,
that looks
he
clear.
He looks like he's in 4K now.
Yeah.
Whoa, look at that. All right, we're in.
Hey, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing great. How you guys doing? Thanks for having me on.
Great.
I guess we'll start with a hard hitter. TJ, look, you have a reputation of being a really fun guy.
Okay.
Somebody who doesn't who obviously takes your job incredibly seriously, but when it comes to having fun, you're the guy. We got to start off with what we know you were behind, which was this all white Miami trip theme thing you had going on. That's a culture builder right there, brother. What made you think of that other than Miami Vice?
I don't know. Throughout my career, we've always had theme flights. Brings the team together, have some fun on the plane, especially when you're going out, in our case, out East Coast, long trip. So I asked Kotz, and he was all about it. He loved it. So we wanted to do this Miami Vice all-white party type of theme to Miami. A lot of the younger kids really didn't know what Miami Vice was, which was hilarious. So we ended up just doing an all white out party type of theme. And all the young kids actually ended up looking like In Sync. So it kind of molded into that. And we have a picture. We call them the Young Crew. So we're having a good time with the young guys that are coming up and really contributing to this team. But we're having a lot of fun.
So over the years in your career doing this and others suggesting other what's been maybe the biggest hit and maybe the biggest miss on these planned outfits?
Well, last year we did Canadian tuxedos. We did denim on denim to Toronto. That was a lot of fun.
That's a hit.
That's a hit.
Yeah, that's always a hit. That one actually is costly, though. You got to buy a lot of denim. It ends up costing a lot of money. One year we did to New York City. We did favorite SNL characters. So everybody did their own little SNL skit character.
Who were you?
I was one of the cheerleaders with Will Ferrell when they did the cheerleaders.
Good call.
So that was funny.
Jason.
But yeah, it's just a good time. It's a good time to bring the team together. And we actually ended up having a really good road trip too and continuing to play great baseball. So that makes it all worthwhile.
Where does, if at all, TJ, classic baseball superstition come into play? So for example, you go on a road trip and you smash it. Are you now saying, okay, this is a thing, we need to keep this going, or we need to bring it back, and vice versa? You have a theme and you guys just tank that road trip. Does that ever factor in at all?
No, it does. So we did it from Texas to Miami, and that game before we left, if we lose, and if we lose badly, now you're risking looking kind of silly and not playing that well. So I think a lot of it is you do these theme flights, so then everybody's like, hey, let's win today even more so then we don't look like idiots. And we ended up winning a series in Texas, which was a big deal, and then it made the plane ride so much better. Obviously, if you lose that game, you still have a lot of fun, and you're still playing good baseball, so it's not a big deal. But no, the superstition comes into play for sure. I mean, if we don't have a good road trip there, I don't think we do another theme flight without a doubt. I think Kotz shuts it down immediately.
Yeah.
Speaking of themes, last week we talked to your teammate, JP Sears, and he was talking about, I guess, what was the topic, Dave, last week? 100.
It was 100 men versus a silverback gorilla.
He's like, that was going around the clubhouse and, maybe the bullpen. You guys have a lot of idle time. What's the latest, talking points you guys are debating on in the bullpen?
Well, that's been a big one. We still don't have an answer for it. I don't think anybody does. I think I'm definitely for the gorilla taking everybody out. I really don't see. I mean, we're talking average person, not top of their field MMA fighters or something like that. But an average male, I think the gorilla takes it down. But those are fun topics because there's no answer. I think that's why we like doing that in the bullpen, because it's just you go around in a circle and you kind of get your mind going a little bit. We do a lot of politics and religion down there, very
good.
Intellectual stuff. It's normally what we do. Now, I mean, honestly, most of the time what we're talking about down there is stuff that we probably shouldn't be repeating publicly.
Well, when you look at, and you're aware of A's history, when you look at the history, especially weirdly enough, or maybe not, some of the best A's teams, whether it's the swinging A's of the 70s, whether it's the Giambi A's, and et cetera, their clubhouses were crazy in all the best ways. You had characters left and right, pranks. Just it was a, I don't want to say unique, but a very loose fun clubhouse. So we love talking about this stuff because every interview you do, I'm sure, is like that 3-2 pitch you threw, and love hearing this side of baseball. But really, how important is that type of levity and staying loose when it comes to a winning ball club and culture?
It's huge. I think baseball is obviously filled with failure, and it's filled with individual failures in terms of just going into a slump or just not feeling greatest the last couple outings, whether you're a pitcher or a hitter. And I think staying loose and having that fun in the clubhouse and realizing that's what it's all about is a group of guys coming together for a common goal, which is to win. So then you kind of get past all those failures. But man, we have a great time in this clubhouse, especially because most of this clubhouse is very young. I mean, I think I'm, at 13 years, maybe 14 years older than the youngest guy in this clubhouse. So there's some inexperience, and with that, you need to be able to open their minds up to the young guys to like, hey, listen, we're still having fun. Yeah, this is the big leagues, but let's have fun. Let's play hard. Let's go out there and try to win every day. And regardless if we win or lose, we kind of all act the same way, which is great.
And it just looks in watching you guys, TJ, that you guys are building confidence. Obviously, the success is starting to happen. You're getting more wins. Even last night, it wasn't a win, but you did come from behind, got the lead, and then had a chance to still win it when the lead was lost in the ninth. So what is the kind of the winning series here and the wins over the last couple of weeks done for that clubhouse?
Well, it makes them believe. It makes all of us believe. I mean, I've been saying it since day one. That's why I signed here. I saw it last year, and I knew we were going to take another big step forward this year. But I think the guys are starting to believe it. Winning ball clubs, whether you win or lose on that day, you show up the next day knowing you're going to win again. There is no like, oh, we lost and then we're going to lose 6 in a row. It's like I think we're starting to turn the tide, and I think we're showing everybody that we're a presence in this league, and it's exciting. And I think these young guys are really hungry to continue to feel that. We got a taste of it last year, and now we're having some success this year, and we don't want it to go away. So we're going to show up every day with, I wouldn't say arrogance, but it's that confidence that no matter what situation we're in, we can find a way to win. And we've been doing that.
TJ McFarland joining us just hours away from a day game. You'll be out at Jason against the Mariners at Sutter Health Park. Through the years of covering sports, TJ, one thing we've learned is there's very few things as powerful for a clubhouse, for a locker room, as an us against the world mentality. Nobody believes in us mentality. And to say the A's situation is unique, and I say this again, as a native Sacramento, we're very proud of our city, but you're playing in a minor league park. You're playing in a city that's going to you're going to temporarily be at, most likely. There's a lot of stuff flying around, the reputation of the A's being cheap and this and that, whatever. Is there a way you guys, it seems like you found a way to kind of sphere that into hey, block out the noise, let them not believe in us. Let's all, like in the movie Major League, let's all give them a nice big, blank burger to eat. It feels like you're doing that. We are.
I think Katse's really set the tone for us too. And he speaks on it, not a whole lot, but when he does, it's meaningful. And basically he's just, get rid of the distractions. There are distractions. They'll be there. They're not going away. It's something that we have to deal with. And it's something that, if we are doubted, we have a chip on our shoulder, and I think we're playing with a little bit of a chip, and that's it's really coming to succeed on the field. But really, it brings us together. All those distractions outside, having theme flights, having our special things that we do after we win that's ours. I think that's really defined who we are internally, and that's made us kind of overcome these adversities in terms of the distractions.
How about getting comfortable in Sacramento? You've been here a little bit of time. Each homestand, each week that goes by, you getting familiar with some of the spots around Sacramento?
Yeah, a little bit. I haven't really explored downtown too much. I live out in Roseville, so it's a good 30 minutes.
So do I.
Yeah. It's a beautiful area. I love it out there. But I haven't had enough time to really sink my teeth into any like bars or restaurants downtown. our schedule's only a week at home, week on the road, because we have to kind of coordinate with the River Cats. So we never really get a whole bunch of time at home at all. And we have no off days at home besides tomorrow. It's the only off day we had in Sacramento. So hopefully I get to explore it a little bit more.
Well, I can tell you there's a brand new Safeway on Pleasant Grove and Fittyment. That's amazing. They got some great deals.
It's exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting stuff going on in Roseville, TJ. When you talk about keeping stuff loose, you've been around a minute. You just talked about that. And you look at old clips and the days of the hot foot, the shaving creamer bubble gum on top of the hat, even the rally cap in general. TJ, are we losing the spice of the prank in baseball as it seems like they're not what they were? And does that, in your opinion, need to come back? Do we need to see more people on fire is basically what I'm asking.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I need to be in the dugout more or something, but the pranks for me have never gone away. So maybe we need to start doing more pranks in the dugout.
Do you have a favorite?
I get casted out to the bullpen. I guess nobody gets to see mine at all.
What's your go-to? Do you have a favorite in the rotation of pranks?
Well, my favorite thing to do is, last night we had Kurtz try to catch a fly ball and he face planted. I think it was the second time now that he's face planted. And I wanted to pull a prank of doing the outline of the tape on the field. That's my favorite one. Yeah. But we lost it. We lost a tough one last night, and maybe let's take the series first before we start pulling some pranks like that. But no, those are my favorite ones because at the end of the day, it's like, listen, we're all here having fun. It's a kids' game. That's let's have some fun and win some games. So
I don't know, Dave. I see the visual. Like everybody's in the clubhouse and TJ runs in. Guys, you got to see this. Come out to the field and there's just the body layout of Kurtz.
That's beautiful.
I think he's perfect. Oh my goodness. Hey TJ, we do a thing on the show where we pick a player a day to get a hit. It's called streaking. If they get a hit, you get a hitting streak and you move on. You just can't pick the same player again. So we thought, look, the A's are playing today. Let's ask an A's expert. Right. You know who can hit on your team. So Dave and I need a player today. Who would you pick? Like your pick to click to get a hit for you guys. They just need to get a hit. One hit today.
One hit.
One hit?
Yeah.
Well, my pick to click today is going to be Kurtz. I know we were talking about Kurtz. That's my pick to click. He's gonna go off today. I know he is.
Okay. Perfect.
He's a day game warrior. So I like my odds with him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, since you did that for us, and maybe you've heard this, you never know, but we, as a fellow Rosevillian, I'll hand you a talking point. One thing we moved past the gorillas, sort of that's in the rear view now, TJ, and we're now the new one we've been going over is if you could assign an infinite amount of liquid to come out of each finger on one of your hands for the rest of your life, what liquid would you assign each finger? And the key here is this. It can be any liquid, but
like give us some examples.
So for example, I did like Fiji water in my thumb, gasoline in my finger, root beer in my middle finger, because why not? Stuff like that. The only caveat is you can't poon out and be like, oh, I'm going to do liquid gold, and make $1 million. Right. It's got to be like day-to-day stuff. So I don't know if you have any off the top of your head,
or maybe the gasoline. I feel like you got to do gas.
Easy.
Most practice.
Saver. Yeah.
Water for sure is why not.
Mm-hmm.
But man, what else would you do?
Yeah, you got 3 liquids left.
A lot of people take in versions of beer or alcohol or
booze.
Beer. I didn't want to sound like I need a beer all the time, but
wine, pepper spray. Somebody, one of my wife's friends. She said I'd put pepper spray. It made sense on my pointer finger.
So.
I'm walking through a parking lot. I just point my finger at the assailant and see you later, Gator. So we can be creative.
I think I would do milk too, just for my son. I don't have to go in the fridge anymore.
What percent?
Oh, well, it would have to be whole. I gotta pick them up. I gotta get them. I say milk, and I'm lactose intolerant. I won't even do it.
But you're thinking of others.
Just stick your finger in the cereal bowl, though. How cool is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Were you on? Was it true? Were you on? Was it carpool duty, or what did you have this morning? You have a busy morning or something? I heard.
No. I just I was gonna take the call in the car, but I figured the Zoom would be better. So
Gotcha.
This morning. The traffic's not it's not easy during the day game. So I think this is the last midweek day game that we have for a while. So that'll be nice.
Well, look, welcome aboard.
Yes.
Honestly, I know we're not New York, LA, or Chicago, but there are definitely some cool things here. Definitely a lot of cool foods. The people here are fantastic. Also, I know this is way belated because in reading about you, TJ, just always try to find some interesting things. Please, I apologize if I'm getting anything wrong here, but you made a promise that you would get your degree enrolled. I think it was University of Phoenix. I want to say, was it about 6-7 years ago? Did you graduate? And congratulations on that. I always love those stories because you don't need to do that, but you did it. And you fulfilled a promise. That's really cool.
Yeah, I got drafted out of high school, and the only way my parents allowed me to do that was, hey, you need to take school the moment you sign. And I was like, okay, great. So after I signed the dotted line with Cleveland, they drafted me. I registered for University of Phoenix and continued my college career. And it took me 11 years to get the degree, and I didn't become a doctor. So it's, but I did get the degree, and I got a degree from University of Phoenix in finance, private wealth management certificate. So that would be kind of where I would go post-playing career. But no, education has always been a huge part of my family, and my dad was so proud of me when I did it, and as well as myself. It's just something that I'm really proud of that I was able to do while playing baseball.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
And so we'll look you up when your playing career's over.
Yeah. For financial advice.
Financial advice, brother. 401ks and all that fun stuff.
Right.
All the exciting
business.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. Hey, look, good luck today. It's all, especially on a day game, we know there's routine, there's different things. We really appreciate you making the time for us and just being so good to the fans in general. A lot of people listening right now, super excited. The A's are in town, and keep that clubhouse loose, brother. We hope to talk to you again this summer.
Thanks again. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it. Go A's.
Thank you.
Exciting stuff over there. We're gonna start winning a lot of games, so we're fun. It's gonna happen.
You got it, brother. Good luck today
Thank
against
you.
the Mariners. Thanks, TJ.
Yep. Bye.
That's TJ McFarland. Yeah, as promised. He's a fun dude.
The A's have not disappointed.
TJ rocks.
He does. By the way, I look once we get it together, I actually looked really good.
You did, or he?
No, he with the
You
the
did.
A's background. And
Yeah.
all that. That was
clean.
The A's
Phenomenal.
The A's have been great.
Yeah.
But can I say something, and I know you'll agree with it? Despite and regardless of the periphery, the A's have never not been great to us.
That's very true. That's very true.
Even when we were going down there for spring training, we were carrying their game. They went
Incredible.
out of their way to, say what you want about ownership and Vegas and all the media folk with the A's have just been fantastic. And as long as they'll keep doing it, we plan on bringing you A's coverage, A's players throughout the summer. And it could start getting real spicy here as the season progresses as well with them winning ball games.
I mean, this is fun. Like we said earlier, the stretch they're in, still playing Seattle is a big one. If they can get it down to 1 game deficit, if they win today, the Yankees coming in this weekend, then they go to the Dodgers and the Giants next week. I mean, this is they're getting tested and measured, and so far they've been responding.
June, July, August, September. We won't count October, and we won't even count we'll count the rest of May. Let's count that as an extra month, May, and then the top of October. So that's 5 months, 4 weeks per month. That's somewhere in the neighborhood, plus or minus 20 more A's guests. If we got one every week, I would put the over under at 3.5. The amount of times at any point, intro, interview, or outro, I refer to them as Oakland.
Oh yeah,
you take the over under 3.5 out of 20.
Over.
Yeah.
But that's okay. It was an icebreaker too for
Yes.
DJ, he'd been on the Oakland A's. So.
He had.
Yeah. Now he's just an athletic. You guys are neighbors.
We are.
And
honestly.
you might see him at the Safeway hanging out tomorrow.
A lot of people locally going over there. There's a lot of fun.
about it.
New stuff opening up all the time. There's also, Timber Creek Golf Course right there.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. So
I bet he's probably a great golfer too, like everyone else.
I hit it about, what was it,
I don't
JP?
know. Yeah, I don't know.
300.
I'm over 300. Of course you are.
We'll take a break. When we come back, the Pacers played yesterday, and they'll play again tomorrow. That's the news update on them. They take a 2-0 lead over the Cavaliers. We also got what to watch as well. Yet another fun. Look, fall is the best, I believe. This is the second best time of year for sports. A lot of good stuff coming on tonight. And then we'll have celebrity birthdays and cross up. Don't forget, we're also going to give you that 12-pack of Crumble cookies just in time for Mother's Day. We'll be right back after this.
Stay up to date on Sacramento sports. Join the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit sacktownsports.com.
Carmichael Dave here for my good friends at American Energy. As a native Sacramentan, I can tell you, not that you need to know, that it might be nice right now, but turn the corner and oh my God, it's so hot. Yeah, summer is coming. And my friends at American Energy want to make sure you are dialed with your AC unit. So how about this? Half off tune-up right now. It's a special going on, just $24.50 to get your air conditioner tuned up. A free diagnostic. And oh, by the way, if you need a new AC unit, up to $3,500 in rebates on qualifying system installations. That's right. They've been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. Give them a call, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Here's the song.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Memorial Day is the unofficial beginning of summer and a time to reflect on the blessings we enjoy living in this country. Hi, I'm Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. At Naturewood's Memorial Day sale, you choose the offer. It's like two sales in one. Take 10% off regular prices or get 24 months of no-interest financing with payments on approved credit. Then you can choose from living rooms, sofas, sectionals, dining rooms, bedrooms, home offices, and so much more. Whether you're looking to lighten the mood in your living room, brighten up your bedroom, or tighten up your home office, you can shop and save big on the best selection of quality furniture, including Sacramento's largest selection of furniture made in the USA. Shop the area's best selection of quality furniture at Naturewood Home Furnishings. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for that water wheel.
Disturbed. Live. Oh, wow. Come on, get down with the 25th anniversary of the 5-time platinum album, The Sickness. 2 sets, 1 show, The Sickness in its entirety, and greatest hits with special guests, Audrey, and nothing more. Friday, May 9th, Golden One Center. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Disturbed. Live.
What would it take for a plumbing company to earn your trust? Jerry and Kenny here from Bell Brothers. And let's face it, plumbing and service companies don't always have the best reputation.
So to earn your trust, the first thing they'd have to do is actually answer the phone when you call with a real live person. Then they'd have to send a plumber when you needed them, day or night, without charging extra for emergency services.
A trustworthy plumber would show up on time, wearing a clean uniform and name badge, and be able to show that they had passed a background check and drug test.
A plumber you could trust would give you a firm quote on the job before starting and clean up after they finish the job.
That's exactly the plumber you'll get when you call Bell Brothers. A plumber you can trust. Call Bell Brothers right now for all your plumbing needs. Our number is 916-444-1234 or find us online at thenosurpriseguys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
The Hagen Oaks Cutting Edge Putter Fitting Studio offers you more technology, more choices, and more service. Hagen Oaks wants to be your go-to total golf game fitter. With $30,000 worth of state-of-the-art technology ready for your fitting, Hagen Oaks will help you make your best putting stroke while finding the best putter design, shape, hosel, length, and loft for your game. Schedule your fitting at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio by calling 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531 for more.
Have you ever dreamed of shopping for the perfect jewelry from home? Well, now it's possible, and you can even build your credit. PrestigiOJewelers.com now offers online shopping, making us the premium credit jeweler nationwide. With an exceptional selection of fine jewelry from engagement rings and gold chains to sparkling diamond earrings and much more. With over 30 years of experience, Prestigio guarantees you'll find exactly what you're looking for. It's fast and easy. Once approved, you'll receive a guaranteed credit line from $400 to $10,000. All you need is to be 18 years or older, have a valid form of ID, be employed for a minimum of 6 months, and a bank account for automatic payments. PrestigiOJewelers.com is the perfect way to establish or reestablish your credit with interest rates at only 2.25% per month. We are here to help you with monthly reporting to all major credit bureaus. The perfect jewelry, the perfect price, helping you build perfect credit. Visit us online at PrestigiOJewelers.com or at one of our locations in Sacramento, Stockton, Merced, and Fresno. Enter code SACTOWNSPORTS at checkout to save 10%.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
There are times when you should just keep things to yourself.
Is this not one of them?
Just to satisfy your own ego and self-protection, but that's just not how I operate. I live in a world where this show is therapy and also a safe space of being honest. And I said to you guys before this segment, what just happened to me during the break, it might be the dumbest thing I've ever said on the radio. And I'll let you guys be the judge, because that's saying a lot. I've said a lot of really dumb things before. I'm just going to be honest and vulnerable and ask that you all just bear with me on this and give me the benefit of the doubt of just being a good guy, trying to make it through this world as a son and a dad and a husband, okay? It's about Pete Crow Armstrong. Somebody had mentioned somewhere early, like I think last year in his career, I don't know where because I really didn't think about it, but that he was that Pete Crow Armstrong was of Native American descent. And I believed it, and that like his name was Pete Crow, like the crow was like part of his Native American heritage. And well, that's cool. And then just kind of moved on with my life. And then during the break, I was reading something and discovered that he's actually the son of Sheryl Crow and Lance Armstrong. And I went, well, hold on a second, though. Oh, my God, that makes total sense. That makes all the sense in the world. But how do I not know that Sheryl Crow and Lance Armstrong, they were together for a long time, had a kid, and he's now a baseball player? I feel like that's something I would have known early on. So then, unlike the first time when I believed the person that told me he was of Native American descent, I looked it up. Well, he's not the son of Sheryl Crow nor Lance Armstrong. He's the son of Matthew John Armstrong and Ashley Crow.
Ashley Crow, famous for being the mom in
Little Big League. She was also on Heroes. And she was in, I think, season 7. She played a vampire in one of my favorite shows, Supernatural. Matthew John Armstrong, also an actor. His dad was also in Heroes. And I looked them both up to see if I recognized them. And I 100% recognized both of them, mainly from the show Heroes. So I just went through in the last 5 minutes this entire circle from going from thinking Pete Crow Armstrong, that Crow was actually like part of his Native American name, to he's the son of Lance Armstrong and Sheryl Crow, to he's actually the offspring of 2 stars of the NBC short-lived TV show Heroes.
Save the cheerleader, save the world.
Right. Yes. It was a good show for 2 seasons. Yeah. It had the guy that went on to play Spock.
Yeah.
What is it? Matthew Sisto or
something?
Zachary Quinto. Thank you. Not
Matthew Sisko.
Are you on goofball pills or something?
So I'm sorry.
You took a journey there.
I did.
That's not. I don't think
that's really dumb. That's very gullible.
Is it as dumb as calling Pete Rose the home run king?
That wasn't dumb. That was a misspeak. I don't count that as dumb. See, that is me stubbing my toe on a Lego. That's not me seeing a pot of boiling water and dipping my foot in it just to see what it would feel like and then having 3rd-degree burns. Like, there's a difference between oops and oh my God, you're a moron. I thought that was
things are getting too spicy for the pepper.
Well, nothing's ever too spicy for crumble cookies, and we got our own 12-pack that we're going to take from our hands and give to you to treat the mom in your life or yourself there, guy.
Yeah.
To the sweetest gift of all this Mother's Day with a 12-pack of crumble cookies. Hey, hit up the Folsom Lake Honda hotline right now at 1-800-920-1140. We're going to take caller number.
Let's go with 4.
4. And that's going to get you our certificate for a free 12er. A 12er of cookies from Crumble Cookies. By the way, I'm not one to tell them how to do their jobs. Crumble's incredibly successful, but next time we have Crumble Christening, like I wonder, do they have like Crumble companion milks?
Oh, I don't know.
I
bet they do in store.
Think so?
I bet they do. I don't know.
I told you my wife's shampooing with Crumble cookie flavored shampoo.
Yeah.
Or
that's a companion.
Flavored, but yeah, my point.
Scented. Yeah.
Scented.
Hey, by the way, I just looked over our notes here. So you're taking from TJ McFarland, Nick Kurtz, right?
Nick Kurtz. Yes.
I have selected him along the streak. Ooh. So I'm going to take Tyler Soderstrom.
I was going to say,
take another A.
Are you hoping for a Sody Pop today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you hoping for Kurtz So Good?
Is that what? Yes. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's great. I love that.
We started it the other day.
Did you?
Chris and I.
Kurt's so good. Love that. Somebody wants to let us know that they would assign water, gas, almond milk, bourbon, and blonde ale to their fingers.
I'm good with 3 of the 2.
So,
hold on. Water, bourbon. Almond milk?
No.
Blonde ale?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, Jason.
No, wait. I'm against the almond milk and the
yeah. We were trying to pick the 3 that you would have liked.
I remember we had asked that last week, and a couple people in here, maybe it was even Tom Maley, I think, that came in, and he was like, ketchup, mustard.
Yeah.
Where are we on, like,
condiments?
Well, are they truly liquid?
Yeah, ketchup and mustard. Yeah, I think.
Well, then that's a game changer
Is
for
it?
me. Yeah, because of use. Like, I would have some sort of salsa and ranch in water. Wouldn't need any of the other drink. Like,
it's not a bad way to go.
I feel like the use of most common thing I would use is salsa. Now I like it chunky, but this would be, you'd have some sort of like hot sauce, I guess.
Well, you can get like one of them authentic Mexican salsas.
Yeah.
Those are always like just liquid.
Yeah, that.
So water,
ranch, water,
Carl's Jr. Ranch
for you. I'd probably have milkshake somewhere in there. I don't know what my 5th one would be. Orange juice.
What flavor? You got to pick a flavor. Does that change your mind that you can only add?
No, probably. Even though I think vanilla is just boring, but vanilla, because then you can just add to it.
Yeah, because
like if you have strawberry or chocolate, then it's
point.
like
Carl's Jr. Ranch, water.
You have to have water. Everyone's saying
water. You gotta have water. That's interesting. I never thought of condiments. Wouldn't be mustard. That's dumb.
Cheese whiz.
Mariners.
Hey, just to give you a heads up, the guy that got upset with you for Santa Claus is no longer upset with you.
Why? What did he say?
What
why?
turned the tide?
Yeah, what turned the tide?
He won a 12-pack of crumble.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
fast friends.
Just call us Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Hey.
Deliver it. Yeah, we left the cookies out for him.
Yeah.
And by the way, for the record, Santa Claus is real.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Mariners Days, Sutter Health Park. If only you could hear what Chris has in her ears sometimes. If you ever hear us like talking and all of a sudden we pause and you hear me take a deep breath, it's because Chris just said something in our ears. That wasn't great. Giants at Cubs. And then a lot of day baseball, guys.
Yeah.
A lot of day baseball. I think this person's still. Hey, Sacktown Sports, how can we help you? Hello?
Yeah, I want to talk to the guys.
Okay. Oh, I did? Hold on. Sacktown Sports, how can we help you?
Am I caller 4?
No, we already got a winner. Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Okay, bye.
Love your show.
Knicks and Celtics. That's game 2 in Boston. We'll see what's going on with Kristaps Porzingis, Tingus, Pingus. That's going to be a big one. And then Nuggets in Oklahoma City.
Hey, what's the spreads on those?
That's a great.
Because the other day they were both 9.5, right?
That's a great question. Dave, can you do your grandma impersonation again? Did I do a grandma impersonation?
Yeah, remember?
When? Okay.
I paid my taxes.
See?
Knicks at Celtics. Jason, who is favored and by how much?
I'm going back to the well. Celtics 9.5 again.
Celtics 6.5.
Nuggets at Thunder. Who is favored and by how much? Christopher Lodge.
Thunder 5.5.
Jason?
Thunder 9.5.
The Celtics and the Thunder are once again favored by the exact same amount. It is not 9.5.
No.
We do not have a correct answer.
Higher? Lower? All of it higher.
It's 10.5.
Wow.
It's 10.5.
You better tell your buddy.
Vegas is thinking there's going to be some crackback tonight. Not like the drug. I mean, like they're going to. Okay, sorry, I didn't. There's going to be some stuff happening from the home teams. What a great sports day. You know what? I'm going to tell you something.
Good.
I'm going to tell you something as we go to break. You know what I'm going to do today? Because I don't got to pick the kids up. It's just going to be me and the dogs until 4 o'clock. You know what I'm going to do today? I'm going by the grocery store. I'm gonna get some snacks, maybe some meats and some cheeses like we were talking about earlier. I'm gonna get maybe a little jar of them pepperoncinis. I don't know why, just sounds fine. I'm laying out today. I'm watching a bunch of baseball and the basketball with the dogs.
There you go.
It'll be a good Wednesday.
It's a pretty full day.
It's a damn full day, and I'm happy about it. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll do some crosstalk with the Styles of Allen, and then we'll get to Celebrity Birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookies. We wrap up our third of the programming today. We'll do that right after this.
Things are getting too spicy for the pepper.
Malik Monk plays here.
Started left, goes right, steps back, launches the 3. Nothing but net. Oh, that was just filthy. Oh, my, that was sweet.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body?
Huh?
That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was going to unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
Alan Stiles here with your Sacktown Sports Injury Update, brought to you by Downtown LA Law Group. Right-handed pitcher JT Ginn, out with that right elbow inflammation, started a throwing program last week, and his expected return is TBD. Zach Geloff, still out with that fractured right hand, began a rehab assignment with AAA Las Vegas last week, leading off at designated hitter and going 0 for 2 with the walk. His expected return is early May. This injury report was brought to you by Downtown LA Law Group. Hey, I'm Alan Stiles. Have an injury? Call Downtown. Downtown LA Law Group, an injury law firm, has many happy clients in Sacramento and the surrounding areas who have called Downtown. Get paid for your injuries from slip and falls or auto accidents. One of their most recent settlements was $1.5 million for a motorcycle accident. Have you had an auto accident? Call Downtown. Text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222 and visit them at calldowntown.com.
At Valley Strong Credit Union, we know that local businesses are the backbone of the Central Valley, investing in our neighborhoods, boosting the economy, making the Valley stronger. But when it comes to their finances, where can they turn? A big bank that just sees another number? That's not good enough. Valley businesses deserve Valley support for payroll, credit, cash flow, and everything in between. Valley Business is Valley Strong. Learn how our cash management services can support your business at valleystrong.com.
Ralph Barbosa. I just don't like going to church, man. I don't like the people there. Like, if those are the people that are going to be hanging out in heaven, I just go to hell. Renee Vaca.
Mexican, though, man. Stereotypical Mexican. When Donald Trump called the drug dealers, though, all right, he got his eye.
The Butterfly Effect Tour, Friday, May 23rd. The venue at Thunder Valley. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss Ralph Barbosa and Renee Vaca.
The hot weather is coming. Is your HVAC system ready for it? Let Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating make sure it is. Get to Lee'sAirPlumbingandHeating.com. Check out their $99 HVAC tune-up special. And let me tell you why Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating is the way to go. They took care of me when our heater collapsed over the winter, and Lee's set us up with a great new HVAC system that is providing comfort, value, and quality. Let Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating take care of you. License number 635355.
Are you tired of your tee shots ending up in the adjoining fairway while the rest of your foursome is hitting it down the middle? Well, experts will tell you that being properly fitted for golf clubs will help you strike your drive center cut. The Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio and its team of trained PGA professionals are ready to help you get rid of your banana balls and duck hooks. Hagen Oaks Indoor-Outdoor Player Performance Studio fittings are available 7 days a week. Make yours today by calling 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Hey. Breaking news from Sean Straining is going to upset Allen for the rest of the day. Steph Curry, as we reported earlier on the program,
Dr. Dave,
a grade 1 hamstring strain.
7 to 10 days.
He is out for game 2. At the very minimum, 7 to 10 days.
You know, it's so
business days?
Yes. No, Sunday doesn't
Go to business.
It's so, I was saying yesterday, when you're out YMCA and you don't stretch properly, you know, these soft tissue muscles, a lot of times people want to blame it on the person. You didn't stretch well enough. Sometimes it's just bad luck. But we know Steph Curry, you know, these athletes at the highest level, sometimes it just happens. There's no way Steph didn't stretch. That's not why he pulled his hamstring, you know?
Stretch Curry.
That's right.
You know, you may not ever make it in the major leagues as a baseball player, despite the fact that you are the hit doctor.
Yes.
But you could start your journey towards becoming a major league umpire May 17th in Dallas, June 28th in Hartford, July 20th in Milwaukee, and August 23rd in Salt Lake City. You can register and attend for free umpiring camp.
I think they make like $200K or something.
One of my really close friends, a golf buddy of mine, Brian, just retired from umping last year, and this is first year not umping, and God knows how long. I mean, there's a lot of travel coming up. You know, you're in the minors just like a player. But in the end, I mean, yeah, it's good money, it's good benefits, you know, but you're an umpire. You know, so you got to get yelled at and stuff.
Well, and you better do it now, because in a couple of years, that's not even going to be a job. Just stack up and then go do something else.
What does that mean, just stack up?
Stack your paper.
Oh, meaning money?
Yeah. Kyle said I was crazy. I said if Steph Curry is out on Thursday, there's a clip with Jimmy Butler
just huffing and puffing. He said he's so tired he couldn't hear them talking.
Yeah.
Why don't you just cook game 2? Don't give up game plan. Don't waste minutes. Just cook it. Put Pat Spencer out there. Is it crazy? I mean, is it?
I don't think that's crazy.
Right?
I don't think they'll do it,
You
but I
don't
don't think
waste
that's
games.
crazy.
You don't waste them.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, great guys. Just give up.
fine. I let him play the first quarter.
How are we ever gonna win with Steph Curry out? Oh no!
So bitter. Let that hate out your heart.
They've got Buddy Hield.
Yeah.
And we are going to talk about the difference between these guys that obviously it didn't work out at their first spot, whether it's Aaron Gordon, whether it's Buddy Hield, Tyrese Haliburton. Let's be intelligent and not throw everybody in a box and understand that different stories are different.
I don't have any idea. Like, I'm not being mean. I don't know what you just said. Like, what did I was.
You passed out.
You lost me. Like, are you saying that, like,
I'm saying everybody's going to
label people? Or?
Yeah, everybody's going to. People are throwing Buddy Hield and Tyrese Haliburton in the same bucket as it didn't work out in Sacramento, and they are two ridiculously different situations.
Well, yeah, that's very true. Yeah, same with Bagley, same with Davion Mitchell.
Right, everyone just throws them. Look, they're doing well now.
And you can really argue that Indiana lost the trade because they got rid of Buddy.
Did Indiana lose
Could
the
have
trade?
Buddy.
Could have Buddy.
Then you'd be up 3-0 and only 2 games played.
It's too bad Twitter screwed around and you can't see people's likes now, because I would say you just go into my Twitter likes. I have every Buddy and Jimmy clip. We played them all today. That is a reality show.
Yes, it is.
They're hilarious.
Yeah, they
And it's going to be a great reality show in 3 seasons when he burns it all down.
Which one?
Yeah, which one?
Look, man.
Yeah. Anyway, did you see? I assume you did the comments. You know, we now have podcasters for our GM and assistant GM.
Yes, and we are going to talk about that as well in the 10
BJ
o'clock
Armstrong's
hour.
comments.
Yeah, we're going to play that. And look, it's not what you know, it's who you know. That's how life is. You scoot on over. I know Phoenix maybe isn't the best model, but they got a GM over there who just coached Matt Ishbia, pretty much. That's it. So that's life, man.
Well, it's also a way that successful teams hire them.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
When you walk down that hallway, all those pictures, there's a picture that looks, is that you? It's like a model picture.
What?
Are you on goofball pills or something?
There's a bunch of hosts' pictures on that wall when you walk straight.
You're talking about, so if I
On
were to
Sonia's.
go up,
On Sonia's. And
wall?
it looks like you, but I don't know that it's you.
On the wall?
Yeah, it's
On
like
the
a
window.
model-looking picture.
I think it's Tom. I think you're thinking of Tom.
Is it not
Where he's
Dave?
pointing?
No.
Yeah, I think he's pointing.
No, it's Tom Bailey.
That's Tom Bailey.
What?
Hold on.
That's the one you think is
Wait,
Dave?
let him go.
You're going to go look as well? He's got to verify. Chris, do you think he thinks it's the Tom one?
Yeah, which looks nothing like
Not
Dave.
at all. It looks exactly like Tom, just younger.
If he said Sean Thomas, I would take that.
Maybe, but you're on that
Okay.
wall.
Oh, it sounds like there's a agreement on something.
Oh, I'm on that wall.
I'm on that wall.
He was right. I apologize.
Is it you?
Yeah, I thought he was pointing to the one that was Tom right above it. No, this is me for sure. Yeah,
That's the one?
That's the one. I thought he was pointing to the other one. Yeah, that's me. That's from, golly, how long ago was that?
1974?
No.
Model picture, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, I had the mullet and it was, pointing. It's good. Yeah, that's good. I'll show the audience. Yeah, see? There you go. That's obvious.
I've wanted to ask that for 2 years.
Yeah, apologies.
Nailed it.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Is it not him?
No, stupid. It's Tom Bailey. Come
You
on.
really thought that's Dave.
He 100%. How do you not think this is Tom? How do you look at this and go, that's Dave? Was I born in 1954? Jesus.
It's not Dave?
Yeah, it's me. That's 100% Dave. As it looks exactly like Tom Bailey, just less gray.
Huh.
Oh, what are you saying, Alan? By the way, okay, we'll just move on from that. I mean, what are you trying to say, Alan?
All DJs look alike.
Apparently,
You're one of
birthdays
them DJs.
are meant to be. What do you mean, them DJs?
You know what they say about DJs?
Yeah, DJs. Oh, birthday's meant to be spent with family and friends. And hey, Nothing makes birthdays or Mother's Days better than crumble cookies. Crumble cookies? How you look like Tom Bailey. Back to you.
Happy birthday, Alex Smith.
Alex Smith is 40 today.
39.
41.
We have a correct answer. Goes to Christopher Ladd, 41. Happy birthday to The Matrix, Sean Marion.
49.
Matrix came out in 1999.
That's you. That's what you sound like. 49.
50.
47.
We have a correct answer. Christopher Ladd, 47. Gosh, we got to see if Chris can stay perfect here. All right, we're going to go to his wheelhouse. The movies. The movie Iron Man 2 on this date and what year? Yes, I know I tested.
I'm going to say 2009. 2008.
I think it's 2010.
Yeah, I'll say 2011.
We have a correct answer, and it goes to Alan Stiles.
Okay, as long as the streak's broken. Yeah. BJ Armstrong, craziness in the NBA, and so much more. Coming up today.
Can't even look at it.
With Alan Stiles. I know, it's like looking at it. Yeah. Without